Welcome, everybody, to World's Biggest Collectors, episode 22, the show where we bring on the biggest physical media collectors in the YouTube and social media spaces. And I have with me today a very special guest, somebody that collects all kinds of movies, DVDs, Blu-rays, does all kinds of awesome collection hauls, reviews, vlogs on his channel, just all kinds of great movie collecting content coming from this guy each and every week. And he's always down to movie, fresh off his victory last night in the movie collection battle. Rick from Down to Movie. How you doing tonight, man?
Hey Ken, how are you? I'm excited to be here, man.
Oh, heck yeah, man. I'm excited to have you. I've probably been watching your channel for a couple of years now, I would say. So this is really cool to have you on.
No, I appreciate it. I'm excited to be here. And the movie battle last night was exciting. I'm still running on
I had to throw in that victory. And I seen Pop's movie Dungeon in the chat. I hope that wasn't like a sore spot or anything. You did great last night, Pops.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but yeah, congratulations on your victory. I would say maybe we'll get the face off in the tournament, but we all know that I'm probably going to lose my next round, so I don't think that that's going to happen. But it's great to have you here tonight, man. We got a full chat right now. We got 35 people in here. Please hit that like button if you're in here. I would appreciate it. And Down to Movie, Rick, I'm going to give you a couple seconds, 30 seconds, a minute, however long you need to promote yourself and your channel. Let everybody know where they can find some of that awesome movie collecting content.
Hey everybody, it's Rick from Down to Movie. I've been doing YouTube for about 4 years now, and like Ken said, I do review videos as well as pickups, unboxings. I collect 4Ks, Blu-rays, DVDs. Big movie fan, and I'm excited to be here. And check out my YouTube channel, Down to Movie. Videos drop every Tuesday and Friday. Tuesdays are review videos, and Fridays are either pickups or unboxings.
Awesome, man. Yeah, and I was telling you before we went live, I'm really jealous of that Clerks box set that you have sitting over there. I love that with the 10th anniversary. I got that I think on my birthday. I think a bunch of my friends got that for me or something. That's a nice box set though.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a Kevin Smith fanatic. So that piece, like I mentioned, is signed by Brian O'Halloran and Jason Mewes. It was actually a pretty cool addition to their collection.
Yeah, I kind of feel like we're kindred spirits, man. You're liking the Kevin Smith stuff. I tell everybody on here all the time, they're like, Ken, have you not seen that movie? Have you not seen that movie from the 90s or whatever? I'm like, I spent like the first 20, 25 years of my life just watching 80s horror films and Kevin Smith movies. That was like all I ever watched.
I mean, for me, it was like 80s comedies and Kevin Smith movies. Horror I didn't get into till later, and I'm still a noob, if you will, to the horror genre.
Yeah, it's horror and comedy. They've always been my two favorites, but unfortunately, comedy has been very lacking like the past 10 years, I would say. So there's not really a lot to enjoy nowadays.
I cannot disagree with that.
Yeah, you can't. It's impossible. There's some decent comedies here and there. You'll find some, but more often than not, they suck. But yeah, we got 50 people in the chat right now, guys. Well, 49. All of Rick's links are down below in the description. I think I've got your letterbox, your Twitter, your Instagram, your YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. Yeah. You got a TikTok? I don't know if I have that down there or not.
I don't. Yet? I'm a professional at watching TikTok. I don't know if I'm cut out for the recording of TikTok, but no, all the other stuff, Letterboxd, I love. I rave about Letterboxd all the time. I mean, It's just such a fun app, website, like just making lists and keeping a watch list. I track everything I watch. I rank everything as I watch it every year, like movies I want to watch from certain actors, and I just love this site.
Yep, I seen you just followed me on there today, so I was excited. I was excited to have Rick from Down to Movie follow me on Letterboxd.
Absolutely, man.
I've been trying to keep up with it all year, and I've been successful so far. We're in August. I don't always update it as soon as I watch the movie, but I get it updated before the end of every month. So all the movies I've watched this year are on Letterboxd, which is pretty cool. So like I said, all of his links are down below, so definitely follow, subscribe, and all that great stuff. So let's get into this chat, see all who we got here tonight. So 55 people in here right now. Press that like button, guys. Martinez Joe is here. He says, hi, Ken and my boy Rick.
What's going
There you
on,
go.
Joe?
Martinez Joe, great guy, man. Huck's Pop Culture Cafe is here. Mid-level media down to movie. Hell yeah. Well, Huck was a guest last week, so definitely go back and check out that episode if you haven't yet. Sup, Martinez Joe. Everybody saying hi to each other. Stranger Boy's in the house. Stranger Boy is the first question of the night, and he says Scream or Nightmare on Elm Street. I know you're not a big horror guy, but do you like either of these two franchises?
Yeah, I'm actually a big fan of Scream 1, 2, and 4. So
okay, so
I
no
would.
3. But come on now, Scream 3 has Kevin Smith in it.
If it didn't, it would probably be like a 1-star movie. But the Kevin Smith, Jay and Silent Bob cameo bumps it up to like a 1.5 or 2.
Yeah.
But
I get it. It's my least favorite of the franchise. I like it, but it's my least favorite for sure.
Second one is really good. I just don't think it's as good as the first. I love Randy. Yeah. He's my favorite character.
Yeah.
In the franchise, but
it was ballsy move killing him off in the middle of the movie. I've always respected it. I didn't necessarily like it, but I respected it.
But I would pick Scream personally.
Yeah, I'd say if we're talking about just the movies themselves, I would probably. That's really tough. I might put Scream. I might have to put Scream over Nightmare on Elm Street, just as far as like an actual movie. Even though Freddy's a very iconic villain, but
yeah.
If you're going franchises, I would still go Scream. Pound for pound, it's a better franchise than Nightmare on Elm Street for sure. Chandler's in the house. Hi, how's everybody doing? Welcome, Chandler. How are you? Movie Hunter 2020 is here. Evening, everyone. Turner fan in the house. What's up, everyone? Glad you still show up, Turner fan. That you're not sore that I won the collection battle the other night. You will get your rematch, sir. I promise you, you will get it. And you know what? You probably should have won that match anyway. Pops Movie Dungeon says, hello, everyone. Down to movies, arch nemesis. You all might be fighting again. You might be facing off.
I was gonna say they were teasing that. Like after we got done the battle, we kept joking around. Like, what are the odds of him getting the loser draw and me having to face him again in the second round? It would be.
Yeah. That's kind of interesting because you have like your choice of all the the losers. That's who you're going to fight, and you don't know who your opponent is going to be yet.
No clue.
You didn't get to find out. Let's see. Tim Talks Talk. He says, hey, everyone. Hopefully, y'all been having a good Tuesday. We've been having a great Tuesday, man. Hope you have as well. It's Blues Day Tuesday. What's not to love about Blues Day Tuesday other than the fact that August is a very lackluster month for releases? I did able to snag this movie starring David Carradine, Sundown, The Vampire Retreat, which I've never heard of, but the artwork on it is awesome.
That's the new Vestron release, right?
Yeah, it's the new Vestron release. I love that they are releasing those at Walmart's, and they're usually pretty cheap and affordable too. Griffin Ducks is here. Evening all. What's up, man? Pops Movie Dungeon. Pretty good. Same to you. Hi, Ken. And the infamous Down to Movie, says Marie. Welcome, Marie. Happy you could be here. Luis says, hello, community. What's up, Luis? Glad you could be here. Dominican Scott's here. Hello, everybody. Hello, man. What's going on? Tiana loves movies in the chat. What is up, Tiana? How are you doing tonight? Movie Buff says, House on Haunted Hill, 1959 or 1999. Have you seen the old ones?
I did. I actually saw the original House on Haunted Hill last year. It was part of my October. Every October, I try to watch horror movies and try to watch stuff I've never seen before. And I watched the original and rewatched the remake. And I actually like the original more. It was my first Vincent Price film. I actually enjoyed it quite a bit. Yeah.
I do want to get into more Vincent Price stuff because I had the original Fly, but I haven't seen that one either. But yeah, I haven't seen House on Haunted Hill 1959, so I guess I have to say 99 just because I haven't seen the other one. But I'll take your word for it that it's better. Most of the time, the originals are. Pops Movie Dungeon says hi, Tiana. Everybody's saying hi to you. Movies with Ryan is here. Welcome, man. Matthew Oliveri says, you guys see that American Psycho Steelbook just announced?
Did you see the artwork?
Yes.
I paused what I was watching with my girlfriend. I was like, check out this. It's not even this Steelbook that's really cool. The slipcover is what really sells it for me, with like him doing the face mask thing. I was like, I'm getting that day one. Like I was legit excited about it.
I don't buy a lot of Steelbooks day one, but I commented on, I think it was whoever the first one I saw it on was, but I said that I was like, this is like, I have to have this one. This is a Steelbook worth getting. And yeah, it was an awesome Steelbook for sure. And I love how Lionsgate's doing those slipcovers on their Steelbook releases lately. But yeah,
I wish more companies would do that, honestly. Like I always turkey bag my stuff, but to have it in that nice like plastic cover, and you can do something different with the artwork, I think is an awesome like addition to it.
Yeah.
I
And
wish they would do it.
another win-win for me is I never bought the 4K for American Psycho, so I won't have to double dip to get it. I'll just be able to buy it. I still have it on DVD though, and I watched it last year again for like the first time in 20 years. That movie is like, it's hilarious. It's a lot more funny than I remembered it being, and I think that it's Christian Bale's best performance too. I'll say that. I love him in it.
I don't know if I would disagree with that. I definitely think he was awesome in that role.
I know everybody loves their Batman movies, but I think he does his best work in that. Just with like his skincare routine, like the first 20 minutes of the monologue. It's awesome. Movie Bus says, do you like Son of Kong? I haven't seen it yet, but I just bought it on Blu-ray. I found it at Dollar General.
Yeah, I have not seen that either.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. Son of Rambo. What's Son of Rambo? Is that a real movie?
I think it's I could be wrong. I think it's about like little kids that are kind of making a remake of Rambo. I could be way off, but it's actually, I think, spelled a little different, like Rambow.
Yeah.
I've never seen it, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Oh, okay. Was that new? Did that just come out?
No, I want to say late 2000s.
I feel like I heard about that recently.
10,
I just don't know where I heard about it. Yeah, I feel like I heard about that. Let's see. Everybody's saying hey to each other. 4KD Ray's in here, the Battle Master himself. Luke Ponto's here. What's up, Ken? What's up, Luke? Let's see. 4KD Ray says should be a great night. Should be, sir. We do have 73 people in here. If you haven't hit the like button yet, hit that like button, guys. What are you waiting for? Ben Buster says hello, all. What's up, Ben Buster? Let's see. Kay said, what's up? The calm before the storm. That is September and October. I don't know. You would think it was a calm, but I feel like I've been spending way too much money this month for it to be a calm. I've been doing a lot of backtracking though, and picking up stuff I missed out on. Let's see. Look at that Victory High. You got Victory High. Is that a movie that you have back there? Is that what he's talking about?
No, I think it's the high from the Victory, the movie battle.
There you go. Let's see. Tony Zuzza Moore says, hello, guys. How are everybody doing tonight? What's up, Tony? How are you doing, man? Movie Buff says, do you like Basket Case? Have you seen Basket Case? I have.
I have not seen Basket Case.
As deep as I am in the horror, it's like there's still a lot of that obscure 80s stuff that I have not got a chance to check out yet. Griff Duck says, let's hit that like button for the live stream. Thank you, Griff. I appreciate that. Tim Talks Talkie says that was a tight battle last night. It was. Edge of your seat. Sir. Man. It's rough when it goes back and forth like that.
Yeah, I came out of the hole twice. I was down 1-0 and 2-1. And then the fourth round, my palms, I was joking about it. My hands were so sweaty. When I saw all the people counting the votes, it was going back and forth. I was like, oh, man, this is way too close.
Because that's the other night, I won the first round, and then I got this false sense of confidence, and then I lost the next two, and then I'm like, oh, God, I'm losing again. And then I was able to bring it back in round 4. But, yeah, it was stressful, neck and neck. I'm not used to that kind of competition. I'm used to just losing every single round, and that's how it goes.
I was 0-2 going into last night, so I had a chip on my shoulder.
But nobody ever talks about anybody else being 0 and whatever. It's always me that's the 0-3. Ken's 0-3. Ken, nobody ever talks about nobody else.
Not anymore.
It's okay though. It's okay. I think Blu-ray King's like 0-4. I don't want to call him out, but I think he is. It's all right, Blu-ray King. Let's see, Kay. What editions of The Thing 4K have you guys pre-ordered? Have you pre-ordered The Thing?
I don't really do pre-ordered it. I believe I have I think I just have the Scream Factory release of the Blu-ray. I don't know if I'll necessarily get the 4K. I mean, I'm the kind of person too where I do a lot of my hunting through thrifting and yard sales, flea markets, used stores. So like there are things I buy new, but I don't like paying like $30 or $40 for a title when I know I'll be able to find it for like $10 within a month.
It's understandable.
Unless it's something I really want.
Yeah, I kind of follow the similar path. I do a lot of thrifting. I buy some new stuff as well, but I don't buy those like brand new. Like I didn't buy Spiral when it came out. I didn't buy A Quiet Place 2. It's like I like those movies, but I just saw them in theaters. I don't need to own them just yet. And they'll literally be down to like $12, $13 in like a few months.
I was going to say Black Friday they'll be doorbusters for $10 or $15.
Yeah, I'd rather buy weird vampire titles that I've never seen or know nothing about, and maybe it's good, maybe it's crap, who knows? But it was only $13, so there you go. Movie Buff says, "Do you like The Crow?" Yeah, I haven't seen it in a while, but I like it.
I've never seen the Crow movies.
I haven't seen it in such a long time; it almost feels like I haven't even seen it. Like I
I
can
know
barely remember it.
the first two both had amazing soundtracks. That's what I remember about
Yeah,
those. I had both soundtracks.
I think the second one had Kirsten Dunst in it as well. I'm pretty
Hmm.
sure. Or one of them did. I feel like one of them did. Pops Movie Dungeon said, "Thanks, guys. Congrats again. Great battle." Yes, it was, girl. Gerald Chase Wilson's in the house. Good evening, guys. What's up, Gerald? Luke Ponto says Blood Diamond needs a 4K. I still haven't seen Blood Diamond. Have you seen that?
I actually
Leo?
watched that recently because it was part of my Leonardo DiCaprio movies I had not seen list that I tackled. I actually just finished that 2 weeks ago, so I
There you go.
enjoyed it. It's a very intense movie.
A lot of people hype that one up.
It's not very light.
I need to watch. I feel like I own it. I feel like I bought that in like a double pack or something. I
I
don't
was
know.
gonna say I actually just acquired it in a 4-movie collection with like Domino.
Yeah, maybe I've just seen it at like a half price books or something. I don't know if I bought it though. Yeah, I need to check it out. But sure, everything needs a 4K, right? Secular Monk says, "What autographs do you have on that Clerks box set?" There you go.
It is signed by Brian O'Halloran, and he wrote the number 37 with the question mark, and Jason Mewes, Jay himself. So I'd love to get Jeff Anderson and Kevin Smith to sign it. That would be pretty amazing. But
37. My girlfriend sucked 37 dicks in a row.
in a row,
Was one of my favorite lines.
man.
073 Media says Kevin Smith is an underrated filmmaker and fantastic storyteller. If you're talking about anything except for yoga hosers, you are correct.
Oh,
Uh,
I
that was rough.
I'm personally not a fan of Tusk either. I've given it the college try. I've watched it 3 times. I
It
love
started off okay. I like the the first part.
The first 20 minutes with the podcast and all that stuff, I really enjoyed, and it got a little too out there. And Johnny Depp's character, wasn't a big fan of that aspect.
Yeah, but I do like Red State a lot, and
Yes, Red
as far as
State's
like his more like
fantastic.
horror thriller genre stuff, and then I like the reboot. I mean, it wasn't like great or
Yeah,
nothing, but I thought it was entertaining. I guess it was really just for like fans of his older movies.
oh yeah, it was a big fan service film, and I think Clerks 2 is probably one of his most underrated movies. Like
I
on a
agree.
rewatch last year, I forgot how good it was. Like
I agree.
it really really holds up.
I had a hard time deciding which one I liked better for a long time, Clerks or Clerks 2. I used to watch Clerks 2 all the time. I love them both.
Upon a rewatch, I think I'd lean a little towards Clerks 2, and I know some people would have me like lynched up, but
It's a really good movie. There's a lot more heart in that movie than there is in the original one.
And I saw somebody mentioned it in the chat at some point, but did you see the cast photo that got dropped today?
No, I didn't.
Because they're shooting Clerks 3 right now
in
Jersey, and it was Elias, Dante Randall, and then Rosario Dawson at the quick stop, like before and after kind of thing from Clerks 2 and Clerks 3. It made me even more excited for the movie.
That's all, and it's going to be a movie, right?
Yeah.
You remember what? You remember the rumor that when they were going to do like a Mallrats TV series like a long time ago?
It was supposed to be shot. It was supposed to be shot at a mall 20 minutes from where I lived at the time. I was like, I'm going to be in a Kevin Smith show. I'm going to go stalk the mall and be an extra. I'll just wander around, whatever he needs me to do. I want to be like a part of it. And then, of course, it just went to thin air.
Yeah, because Mallrats, when I was a kid, because I started watching Kevin Smith movies when I was probably, I mean, it must have been 10. Right when Mallrats came out, I watched Mallrats. That was the first movie of his I ever watched, and then I watched Clerks. So Mallrats was like my jam back in the day. That was my favorite one.
My first exposure was the ABC version of Mallrats, which I probably watched when I was like...
It was probably on TV where I watched it too.
10, maybe. 11, 12 maybe. And I watched it. I was like, this is funny. And then I might have snuck to get the regular version of it. And I was like, well, this is a different movie than I watched on TV. And I just fell in love with, Chasing Amy, Clerks. And I've been a fan since.
Yeah, that's my entire teen years right there.
Yes, sir.
Tim Talks Talkie says, have you seen
There you
the
go.
recent cast picture for Clerks? There you go. Let's see. Gotta love the Kevin Smith movie, says Turner fan. Clerks 3, I mean. Griffer Duck says, I kid. Douglas Cottrell says, movies are what brings us together. I agree, man. Bringing us all together tonight. Bringing us two and all 83 people in the chat here tonight. So, yeah, thank you all for being here. Let's see. Can you see the American Psycho Steelbook announced today? Hell yeah, man. That's day one pickup. Jared Runner's in the house. Why, hello there, everyone. Why, hello there, Jared Runner. Thank you for being here. Jason Carr says, Ken, how's it going? And hello to Down to Movie.
Hey, Jason.
There you go. Mitchell Sorecki says, hey, guys. And also, I actually do know you were with Cinema Sickness.
Yeah. Yep. Dave is a good friend of mine that I go hunting with.
Yeah, I think that's where I first learned about your channel. Yeah, I think I started watching his channel in like 2017, and I saw you, and I think I subscribed shortly after.
Yeah, he was pressuring me to start a channel, and I started my channel 4 years ago because of peer pressure. Look at me now.
Peer pressure. Look at you now. Let's see. DVD says picked up the Labyrinth 35th edition today. The packaging is amazing. Didn't have the 4K from before. Yeah, I didn't see that out anywhere, so I don't know if it's an online only thing or not.
Yeah, my buddy Matt actually showed me. I didn't realize it was like a digibook with a slipcover. Yeah. It actually looks really cool. I didn't know that was the full artwork. So yeah, it's actually pretty awesome.
Possibly Dungeon said Clint Eastwood or Planet of the Apes.
Are we talking about movies? Are we talking about movies, or what set wows us?
Yeah, his set was pretty damn impressive.
The set, I was actually talking about it to my dad at work today. I was saying, this guy had this movie set of every Clint Eastwood movie up to the Mule that he started and directed. I was like, it's everything on Blu-ray except for I think 2 movies. I was like, that is freaking amazing. And he said it weighs like 20 pounds.
You could tell old Pops is a little bit sore about the fact that Clint's coming out with another movie this December. Matthew Oliveri says, what current Criterion do you think deserves a 4K update? I'll say Silence of the Lambs, even though it's already getting a Kino 4K, so I guess I can't say that. I don't know. Blue Velvet? Blue Velvet looked amazing. It had some great cinematography and shots.
It's tough.
Let's see. Blue Bandit says, yo, looking forward to this chat. Side Hustle Cinema says, hey, everyone, what's going on tonight? What's up, Side Hustle? Let's see.
I would say Ghost World for the Criterion get updated to 4K.
That's a good one. That's a good pick. I still haven't seen that movie, though. ScarJo, and yeah, is it a good movie? I've heard some good things about it.
I like it quite a bit. I was the kind of person, when I first got into collecting really big, and I knew about the Criterion sale, I had a list of like 6 titles. I was like, these are the only 6 I'm going to get. I don't need to be spending $20 on a movie. And I think I've probably accumulated, I don't have a crazy amount, maybe like 15 or 20 in my collection. I just bought 4 from the most recent round of sales that are still sealed. I haven't dived into yet, but
I was slow to get into Criterion.
I think it's cool they're going into 4Ks, though. I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, it's awesome. I definitely want that Menace to Society. I'm excited about the price point of $40 for.
Oh, I didn't hear the price point. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's $40 for Menace to Society right now, and it was like $47 for Citizen Kane. I don't know if they're gonna do the sale for those because they come out in November, and if they do, I could get Menace to Society on 4K for $20. But I don't know if they'll include those or not.
My guess was that they were going to be stickered at 50 and they were going to be 25 for the sale, but.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I thought.
Good.
A lot of people were speculating 60 or 70. I was like, they won't sell any if they price them that high. There's no way they'll be that high.
Although we say that, and crazy people would pay the 60
I mean,
or 70
the Criterion fans are going to put out the money for anything they release. They don't care. Let's see. Tiana Those Movies with a very generous super chat. Thank you so much, Tiana. She said, what's everyone watching tonight? Huge fan of Down to Movie. Well, there you go.
Thank you.
There you go. What, are you planning on watching anything tonight?
No, I'm an old man. I go to bed at like 11 o'clock. So when we're done this, I'll probably lay and watch YouTube for a little. Tomorrow night, I'm hoping to watch One Crazy Summer, the
there you go,
John Cusack film.
I still need to watch that. I haven't seen that yet.
Warner Archive just put out a release that I believe.
Oh yeah, they did. I remember
might be
talking
getting.
about that a couple of
Yeah.
weeks ago. That was a really nice cover on that one.
Yep.
I like that the artwork on the cover. I'll probably be watching that vampire title because I want to review it this week. So that's what
Nice.
I'll be watching tonight. I did watch Bird with the Crystal Plumage last night for the first time. I know Joe Martinez, he's in the chat's a big fan of Dario Argento. So I watched that. It's pretty good. Not my favorite Argento, though. I'll be reviewing that one. And then I watched Single White Female for the first time a couple nights ago.
That's a good
that
movie.
movie's wild.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
I liked it, though. Blu-ray Bandit said, "Yo, looking forward to this chat." What's up, Blu-ray Bandit? Let's see. I already said that though. I already brought Blu-ray Bandit up. Cycle Muck says, "Importing ran on 4K from England. Has DownToMovie imported any movies?"
I don't have many imported titles. I think the couple that popped to my head are, I had the Beverly Hills Cop trilogy that before it came out in the US last year. And then the big one I have is Police Academy set because it never came out in the US. I don't think any of them came out on Blu-ray. So
that's a nice set.
But those are the two that like come to mind. I also have Attack the Block Steelbook that was sent to me from somebody in the UK. But I primarily go US stuff.
There you go. Let's see. Matthew says, "One day I would love to jump on here and see someone wearing a button up instead of dressing like my kid." You know, I feel like I'm being attacked right now because I'm wearing a Jurassic Park t-shirt. But you know what,
I'm just doing self-promotion here. Blu-ray snob.
Matthew, I got you next week. Okay, man. I got you.
I didn't know we were supposed to wear tuxedos.
I didn't send out the memo today, so how would you know? Cindy Eubanks says, "Shia LaBeouf, your favorite movies from him?"
That is a loaded question because Shia LaBeouf is one of my favorite actors.
Wow. Peanut Butter Falcon. That's my favorite.
Peanut Butter Falcon's fantastic. Honey Boy, he was really good in.
Yeah, love that too.
The Battle of Shaker Heights. A lot of people might not even be familiar with that. Do you remember the show on HBO, Project Greenlight?
No, I don't. I don't think I saw it.
It was a movie with like a bunch of filmmakers had their ideas for films and one got chosen to be made, and the show was showing the making of the film. And Project Greenlight was the movie was the Battle of Shaker Heights, and it was young Shia LaBeouf, like Even Stevens, age Shia LaBeouf. He's great in like Nymphomaniac.
I like him in the first Transformers. On Netflix, Pieces of a Woman. That's a hard movie to watch, but I
have not seen it, but I've heard it's a
beginning is
tough watch.
I described the first 30 minutes of that movie as like worse than any horror movie I've ever watched in my entire life.
Is it? Have you seen Nightingale?
Yes.
Is it like that?
It's similar but completely different circumstances.
Okay. Yeah, because Joe Martinez told me, he goes, "You have to watch the Nightingale." I was like, "This seems way out of my comfort zone." And that was rough. There was some rough stuff in that.
It was rough too. The only difference is like the premise of Pieces of a Woman, you already know, so you know what's going to happen, and you're just waiting for it. And it's like that build up and the tension that you feel in those like first 20 minutes is insane. Well, let's get to a lighter note here. Have you guys watched Sing Street? I love Sing Street.
I love that movie. I think it's probably one of the most underrated movies the last like 10 years.
It was my favorite film the year it came out, 2016, and that was a great year. La La Land came out that year.
I was going to say, I'm a little biased to La La Land.
Me and you both share a mutual love of La La Land as well. I love that movie also.
Sing Street's probably in my top 3 or 5 of that year, I would guess, if I look back at my letterbox.
That's an incredible year. I think I had Sing Street 1, and I think like La La Land's probably 2, and then I would probably put like Arrival number 3 or something. It's an amazing year. There's a lot of great movies.
I was going to say, we might have similar top 5s, because I want to say all 3 of those are in my top 5 for sure.
Yeah, those are all great movies. Sundown has Bruce Campbell in it. That's all that matters. I know. I'm excited to check out him in another role from the 90s, I think, 1990s. Got to add that Sundown to the collection. Turner fan said, "Looking forward to the rematch." You got it, man. Anytime. Sean says, "Good evening, guys." What's up, Sean? Andrew Fio says, "What's up, folks?" Jeff Assassin says, "If Blockbuster Video had bought Netflix when they had the chance to do so, they may very well be still in business today." Maybe. We can't predict the future, though. Quiet Place or The Conjuring? The Conjuring for me. I like The Quiet Place, though.
I actually I watched The Conjuring 1, 2, and 3 for the first time. I haven't seen Annabelle or what is it, Curse of La Llorona. I haven't seen any of that, but I watched the first three Conjuring 1, 2, and 3, and I loved the first Conjuring. It was my favorite of the three.
Yeah.
But A Quiet Place I really enjoyed because for a PG-13 horror movie, I thought it was very creepy and probably some of the best sound design in a movie in a long time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
It's a
that's
very
a
well
tough
made
one. They're
movie.
both fantastic films.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could. I don't know which one I'd pick.
Yeah,
It's a
Quiet
tough one.
Place is a really great monster movie. I love the
Yeah,
movie. It's just The Conjuring to me is like just one of the best horror
yeah.
movies I've ever seen in my
It's
life, and
it's
it scares the shit out of me every time I watch it.
it's definitely probably one of the best haunted house films I've ever seen. Like
Yeah,
legit
straight up.
creepy stuff.
Absolutely. Ben Buster said, I just picked up Terminator Dark Fate, Expendables 1, 2, and 3, the animated Hellboy movie, all on 4K the other day, all for $45 ship. Great deals,
Nice.
man. Trash Boat says, I had the opportunity to meet Ted Raimi in about a week. What movie should I try and get signed? Ted Raimi. I don't know who Ted Raimi is. I don't know. I don't think. Ted Raimi? Is that Sam Raimi's brother?
Sam Raimi's son.
I feel dumb right now. Like I should know this. Martinez Joe says, who was the best person you met this year, Rick?
Gee, I feel like he's trying to set this up because Joe and I finally met after being friends for like 4 years via the internet. So I guess I would pick Gary, his son.
There you go.
Oh, I mean Joe. Yeah.
Of course it's Marie, right? You didn't meet Marie?
Yeah, I met
Marie. Scott Travis says, favorite Terrence Malick film. I don't know if I've seen a Terrence Malick film, if I'm being honest. Have you?
I don't.
I know he did like Knight of Cups and Tree of Life and all these.
And I haven't seen either of those.
Let me bring up his filmography real quick so I can do my due diligence here.
I was gonna say I was trying to bring my tablet and I left it back in the bedroom.
Why is he not coming up? Yeah, I can't get him to come up on IMDb. So, sorry, man. I can't answer off the top, man. Matthew Oliveri says, Christian Bale in Rescue Dawn is a great performance, not talked about much. I haven't seen that movie. I know it's directed by Werner Herzog, though.
Yeah, I have not seen that either.
Marie Cordeo says, I'm pretty sure Rick's best person is Gary. There you go. Mitchell says, have you guys watched The Fault in Our Stars? I have it on Blu-ray, but I haven't watched it. Is it any good? Should I watch it?
It's a very good YA movie.
Is it better than A Walk to Remember?
For me, yes.
Okay.
But it's just as depressing.
Yeah, that's the one that I like that not a lot of people talk about. That felt like a YA movie, but it a little bit more mature themes, I think. It's an A24 film, but it had what's the kid's name? I forget his name. With a Spectacular Now, Miles Teller.
Miles Teller and Shailene Woodley. Yeah,
that was a really good movie. I like that one.
Yeah, that was actually it's based on a YA book.
Yeah, it felt like that, but it also felt like it dug a little deeper than some of the other ones. But I haven't seen Fault in Our Stars though. Grifford Duck says Son of Rambo is from 2007. You probably saw it at Dollar Tree. That's where I picked it up. If I would have saw Son of Rambo at Dollar Tree, I would have grabbed that. So I didn't see it. Pled X2 says, been looking forward to this conversation all day. Awesome, man. Glad you could be here. It's
John's birthday. Pled X2's birthday today.
John's
so everybody
birthday. I remember him saying that on the stream last night. Happy birthday, man. Glad you could be here on your birthday. Luke Ponto says, are you looking forward to picking up Cruella on 4K?
That Steelbook is fire. I am excited about getting Cruella. Plus, it's my girl, Emma Stone, so I got to get it. But yeah, I loved Cruella. I thought it was a really fun watch.
I liked the movie a lot too. My wife didn't like it. I had no idea why.
Yeah, my sister wasn't a fan. RJ wasn't a fan. My son, but my girlfriend and I both enjoyed it. I thought the soundtrack was awesome too.
Great soundtrack.
I'm a big music in movies fan. Obviously, stuff like Sing Street, and I always talk about Love and Mercy. If a movie has a good soundtrack, like we just rewatched Almost Famous last week, it just makes the movie that much more enjoyable to me. Baby Driver, stuff like that. Like if it has,
I need to rewatch Baby Driver. I've not watched it since the theater, but I remember loving the soundtrack. I bought the Steelbook, like the 4K Steelbook when it came out, and I just never watched it. I don't know why. Let's see. Ken, your channel is head and shoulders above most. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much, Matthew. I appreciate that, man. Son of Kong was made the same year, 1933. So not so good, no bad, good ending. Okay, I'll check it out. Bifford Hobbit says your least favorite physical media packaging: Digibook slipcover with standard case, Steelbook Digipack. Least favorites. That's hard to answer.
Well, when you say Digipack, are you talking about like what Target does now with the gallery book? Is that what you're?
I'll say that Lion King 4K. I don't know if you got that, but it was supposed to be like I thought it was a Digipack. When I got home and unrapped it, took it.
It was like a loose book, right?
It was just a slip cover. It was just a clear slip cover, and then there were like cards in it. I'm like, what is it? If I would have known this, I would have just got the regular Lion King 4K slip cover.
A lot of people were mad because Target used to put out digibooks for like Disney films and also, come on, Rick, DC movies. And then they switched to these. I don't even know if I have one because I don't like them because they take up more shelf space, and that's valuable. Let's be honest. And they have like the cheap, flimsy book in it, and just is bulky, and like they put cards and stuff in it. So if that's what he means by Digipack, that's definitely my least favorite. I love Digibooks and Steelbooks. No.
Absolutely. Tim Talks Hockey says, which long out of print DVD that hasn't gotten a Blu-ray release yet would you like to see happen? We've been getting so many fresh to Blu-ray releases as of late, and I love it. Good question.
That I was going to say, man, I have a ton of stuff on my DVD shelf that I'd love to upgrade to Blu-ray, and it's either not on Blu-ray yet, or the Blu-rays are just absurdly priced. Like I think of stuff like Airheads and Dutch and what's the other movie? I mean, Dogma is on Blu-ray. I'm lucky enough to have that, but there's stuff that I would love to come to Blu-ray that hasn't gotten.
Panic Room hasn't gotten a Blu-ray yet, right?
Yeah, Panic Room, True Lies.
True Lies. That's the one I always say, so I'm trying not to say it. That's like the one that everybody.
As for an out-of-print DVD, I mean, that's even more. It's even more loaded.
Yeah.
I'm in a situation now where half of my DVD shelf is like doubled up, so I can't even see what's behind.
Oh, you got the double up? Oh, that's rough.
I
hate it when I go to like Goodwills and thrifting stores and they do that because I'm there forever. And I'm like looking.
I'm in a situation now like where all the space I have is all the space I have. So like my Blu-ray shelves, I put in 2x4s on the top row and have like a row behind so you can kind of see the back. But it's what I have to do, or else I'm gonna have to start boxing stuff up, and I really don't want to do that. But on the DVD shelf, it is what it is. They're doubled up, and I have to move stuff out of the way. It's not the greatest, trust me. It drives me crazy, but
how much is in your collection now?
I'm up to, actually prepared for this question. I figured this was the one thing that might get asked. I have 2,170 Blu-rays, 275 4Ks, and 515 DVDs. So just under 3,000.
Very solid collection, sir.
And that was after doing a purge about 4 months ago.
How much did you get rid of in the purge?
120 titles.
That was rough.
And I probably, like, spoiler alert next to me, these 3 boxes are all my Blu-rays that I have to put on a shelf. Those are all from, I recorded 12 videos over the weekend. So I need to file those all in to the shelves that don't have room.
Damn.
Collector's problems.
There you go. You got them. Matthew says, thoughts on Killing of a Sacred Deer. Do you like that movie?
I was actually a big fan of that movie.
Me too.
That's probably one of my top 5 A24 films.
Me too. I don't know if that could crack top 5. It's definitely top 10 though. It's definitely top 10.
What's his name?
It's my favorite Yorgos movie. Yorgos Lanthimos.
Yeah, Barry Keoghan, right?
Yeah.
Man, he's so great. Good. He plays.
It's such a weird movie, but I took to it for some reason. I really loved it.
I mean, Yorgos is kind of known for weird movies. The Lobster was bizarre, and
I didn't love The Lobster, but I need to rewatch it again.
I really like The Favorite.
Yeah, it's great. I love The Favorite too.
Obviously, once again, Emma Stone, so a little bit biased.
Emma Stone, Rachel Weisz. What's not to love?
Olivia Colman
said Olivia Colman won the Oscar for that. Who saw that coming? Movie Buff said, "Will Frankenstein 1910 get a 4K?" I didn't even know there was a 1910 Frankenstein.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of that. I know the Universal
1931.
Monster ones get one.
Yeah, that's
supposedly.
Good. Ben Buster said he's 0-1. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. I thought you had fought more than once. Maybe I'm wrong. The video game movie
Pam.
dome. Hey y'all, what's up, guys?
That's where I get a lot of my used movies from. Pam at the Video Game Movie Dome.
Bam, there you go. Blu-ray Bandit for DTM. How did you meet Cinema Sickness?
I lived fairly local to Dave and didn't realize it. And I was at a shopping center that had a pawn shop that he would go to, and I saw him filming leaving the pawn shop. So there was an Arby's in the parking lot at that time. He would go to Arby's all the time to eat. So I went to Arby's to get dinner, and he walked in, and that's how we met. And he invited me to go to a flea market that night, like an indoor flea market, right after I met him, and we became friends.
There you go. He seems like a cool dude.
Yeah.
I took to his channel and just watching him right away, and he's probably one of the reasons why I go into Goodwills and stuff a lot now, because I didn't realize Goodwill had all that stuff.
Yeah.
And he would always find some cool shit there, and I'd be like, I need to go on my Goodwills. And I would start going on Goodwills.
The man has done a video every day for over 10 years. I couldn't do it. I could not do it.
That's rough.
I struggle getting 2 out per week.
I'm kind of keeping up with that schedule now, but I've only been doing it for like 5 or 6 months. I can't imagine doing it 10 years, and I miss a day every now and then.
Yeah, I mean, more power to him, but
yeah. Griff for Duck says, if you get into boutique labels, you will end up with a lot of pre-orders. It gets old sometimes. Yeah, I can see that. Side Hustle Cinema said, what's a movie that Rick would like to get a remake?
I'm not a fan of the remakes. I love when original concepts come out. I don't like reboots, and I mean,
it has to be something that wasn't done right from the beginning.
Yeah,
like,
you'd have to find
a good idea, but not a well executed.
Yeah, but off the top of my head, I can't think of anything. I'd rather see
Drop Dead Fred. I want a remake of that.
Starring who? Who would be the lead in your Drop Dead Fred?
Who would be Fred and Drop Dead Fred? Brendan Fraser.
It's part of the Fraser reconnaissance.
Yeah. I could see him doing that. I could see him that fresh off his Doom Patrol run. Stranger Boy 101 said, what scares you more, planes or roller coasters?
Planes.
I have to agree. I've only been on a plane 3 times in my life. I've been on a roller coaster hundreds. Bedford Hobbit said, should I buy the $180 Going LI 8 movies box set or wait till Black Friday? You know what he's talking about? Gong LI. I don't know what that is.
Is that a Criterion thing or?
Yeah, maybe. Sounds like an obscure Criterion title.
The Beach would be a good Blu-ray.
Yeah, The Beach. I can't believe that it doesn't have a Blu-ray. Let's see. Turner Fan 77. Want to thank all the encouraging words about getting my YouTube started. Well, dude, just keep doing your thing, man. Just keep doing your thing. You're doing great.
Yeah, we were talking to him after the battle last night. He was talking about like what kind of things to worry about when you first start YouTube. I said, just go back and watch anybody that you watch their first like 2 or 3 videos.
Yeah.
Like we all started somewhere. I sat in my kitchen, like, this is a movie I got. Here's another one. Like you find your comfort zone. You find what works for you.
Yeah, it's funny because I still feel the exact same way I did back then when I start filming a video. Now, like I still get nerves and I feel like I don't know what I'm talking about and I lose my place in my head like constantly. But I'll go back and watch like my really old videos from a year and a half and just the difference is night and day. Yeah. And, like I can't believe like that was what I was like back then and what I am now. But I still feel the same when I'm filming. I know it's weird. Stranger Boy 101 says, favorite Seth Rogen movie? Mine is This Is the End. I'd say,
do we count Superbad? Because he's in Superbad.
I would say Knocked Up for standalone, I guess.
That was my backup. Was Knocked Up if Superbad doesn't count.
Yeah, I do like Superbad probably a little more than Knocked Up, but I'll say Knocked Up for starring. Brian lives next door to me. I always see him at Walmart. Sorry, I love Tusk. There you go. Favorite Edgar Wright movie?
Baby Driver.
I'll say Baby Driver too.
But
I need to
I
watch
love
Shaun of the Dead again
I
because
love
it's been a
Shaun of the
while.
Dead. I love Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, Scott Pilgrim was really fun, but I almost forget he did that because it's like something completely out of universe for him. But
I'm very excited for was it Last Night in
oh
Soho?
yeah, that looks great. That feels like that'll be my favorite once I see it.
Yeah,
Um,
I am excited about that one.
yeah. The Office US version or UK? I haven't seen UK, so I have to go US.
Me, I haven't seen the UK one. I have the what is it, the complete series, even though it's like what 4 discs or 3 discs. But
Yeah,
I love the US Office. My son
yeah.
is obsessed with that. He just turned 11, so last year he watched The Office, loved it. He watched Parks and Rec. He loves that. A lot of it goes over his head, but yeah, The
Yeah.
Office, especially on a rewatch, except for seasons what 8 and half of 9.
You cut it off when Steve Carell leaves and gets on the plane. It's done. Don't watch. Whenever I rewatch it, I'm done there. No, I just cut it
They
off. I like
it
some
did.
stuff with what's his name that comes in 8. What's that from the Blacklist? I forget his name.
Oh, Robert
Um,
California.
Robert California. I
Uh,
like some of his stuff, but
what's
like
his name?
I forget.
Uh,
I'm so bad like live when I forget
James
people's names.
Spader.
James
James
Spader. There
Spader.
you go. There you go.
I will say the finale is pretty good.
The finale's
When
good. The
when
finale was
Steve
good.
Carell comes back
I'm
and
so
does
glad
That's
you
What She
came.
Said,
There
man.
you go. Tears in my eyes. If Bridget Jones can get a 4K, the sky is the limit for what can be released. Yeah, it was surprising. Clerks 2 is my favorite, says Turner fan. Awesome. I saw Kevin Smith and Ralph Garman at the Improv in Hollywood. They were a riot. They were signing copies of Batman 66 comic book as well. Awesome, Huck. Awesome. Jersey Girl is not as bad as Kevin Smith makes it out to be. Was that he directed that?
Yeah. Have you heard what he wants to do though?
No.
He wants to basically do a Zack Snyder version of Jersey Girl because the film was originally like 2.5 hours, but the studio made him change the entire film. So
Yeah.
he wants to release his like Kevin Smith presents Jersey Girl as the way he originally intended it to be because he still, I guess, has it all edited
I
and cut.
almost completely forgot all about that movie. I know I've seen it once. Isn't Will Smith in that movie? Like, didn't
Yep,
he make a cameo or something?
part of it was shot in Philly. Yeah,
Yeah.
I actually, it gets a lot of hate, but I enjoy it. I have the Blu-ray, but I don't want to open it because it's super
Is it Ben
OOP.
Affleck and Jennifer
Affleck
Lopez
and
is in
Jennifer
it?
Lopez and
Isn't
George Carlin plays the grandfather.
I have to rewatch that again. It sounds
Yeah.
fun. Maybe it's on streaming somewhere. Favorite band by you guys?
Of all time, right now, I'm
It
a big
shifts
Foo
for me a
Fighters
lot.
fan.
Yeah.
I'm a big Foo
Foo
Fighters
Fighters.
fan. I'm actually going to see Green Day Friday. Green Day and Weezer. It'll be my first time ever seeing Weezer.
I like Weezer a lot. I'm a big Weezer fan. I mostly just listen to music from like the 80s and early
Yeah.
90s now. But I'll say Metallica, probably my all-time favorite band. If I'm
I
being
listen.
honest.
I listen to a lot of like hardcore and metal too. So in that range, it would be like Every Time I Die.
Yeah.
They're probably my favorite like metal hardcore band. But Foo Fighters, if I had to pick like an overall
Yeah.
rock band, and that's the one band that's at the top of my have never seen live, would love to see list.
Yeah, I hear you. I almost had the chance to see Metallica a couple of years ago, and I couldn't line it up. It might have been
I
their last tour.
I got to see them. Man, when was it? The Summer Sanitarium tour. It was them, Limp Bizkit,
Yeah,
Linkin Park, Mudvayne, and the Deftones
I
at
remember
Veterans
that tour.
Stadium in Philly.
Yeah, I remember
So
that.
I did get to see Metallica, which is pretty awesome.
I missed out on that one too. I think it was like 14 or 15 when that one came around. Luke Ponto said, I watched Clerks 2 for the first time late last year, and it's great, except for the donkey part of it. The donkey part is a little
What?
weird. Kinky Kelly and the sexy stud. It gets very crazy in that part, but it's a part of the movie. It's a part of the journey. So I
The
accept
part
it.
of that movie that bothers me is the dance sequence. When they
On the
dance
roof.
to ABC on the roof and everybody like breaks out into a dance. That is the
Yeah.
one part of the movie that just
You're not a fan
feels
of.
so out of place. Doesn't seem like a Kevin Smith thing at all. Like that felt very
Yeah.
like studio wants a dance scene.
Yeah, I get that. Trash Boat said Crazy Joe has been in a Kevin Smith movie. Rick.
Yeah, he was in the ice hockey arena in Chasing Amy, and you never technically see him, but yes, he was part of the experience. I am totally jealous of that.
The Blu-ray King says, "Yo, what's up, sausage party lovers? What's up, Blu-ray King? I don't really love the sausage party though. I don't know about you, Rick. Not a big fan here." Marie Cordeal says, "Is there an autograph that you are after or a special movie release to get?"
I do have some personal, like I collect autographed books. I did a video showing that collection. I have some wrestlers and comedians I like, Tom Hanks, and I have Kevin Smith, a couple autographed DVDs of Kevin Smith. So not in particular, like as for an autograph that I'm like looking to get.
Yeah, I've never been to a lot of festivals and stuff to get autographs and things. We used to have a car show. We just don't get them a lot down here where I live in Kentucky. And I used to go to car shows, and when I was a kid, the only things I've ever got signed are like by professional wrestlers because they would come to those events. I got some signed by Mick Foley.
Nice.
John Cena signed like a sweater hoodie that I had a few years ago. But I would love to get like my Halloween 4K signed by John Carpenter or something. I like to get his signature.
I mean, my dad has a poster in his basement that I told him, like, when you're gone, this is the one thing I want. And my favorite movie of all time is Rounders. Yeah. And he has an autographed poster, Matt Damon, Edward Norton, John Malkovich. I need that poster. Like, that's.
I still need to see Rounders. I haven't seen that.
so good.
Matt Damon. Stranger 101 says Scream is going back to theaters. That's awesome. I would see it in theaters around Halloween time. Phil's Creepy Videos is here. Hey there, horror fans. It's your buddy Phil here. Good to have you here, Phil. Good to have you back, man. Matt Wilson says, my guy Rick. Sidehouse Cinema said, I know Rick loves Rounders, but does he play poker?
I used to play poker quite a bit. Then I had a child. So, I mean, I used
to play video games a lot, and then I had kids. And
I used to play cards
watching movies
quite a bit between the ages of like 21 and 26.
Yeah.
So I love poker, but don't get to play it nearly as much.
Yeah. The Blu-ray King says, hey, DownToMovie, I saw you follow me on TikTok. Thanks for giving name 2150. Awesome. Yeah, go follow Blu-ray King on TikTok. He does some fire TikToks over there. Stranger Boy 101, I'll be watching, and I believe it was in early 2019. Also watched it. Theater was packed. Awesome. Dwayne Gilwell says, I'm a huge Blu-ray and DVD and newly 4K collector. Cool, man. Strangeland says, rarest movie you picked up in the wild.
I mean, I got a Dogma Blu-ray, which is pretty sought after now. That's the one that jumps. Liar Liar was really rare at the time. I found it at Second Charles for like $7. There's a bunch of cool stuff I've gotten just from movie hunting and going to flea markets and stuff.
Yeah.
Dogma's the one that everybody seems to be kind of jealous of because that seems to be stuck in like nobody's putting it out. It's owned by Miramax, although Paramount's starting to put out Miramax stuff, so it wouldn't surprise me that Dogma gets a Paramount release, or I could see Criterion or Arrow doing something. But yeah, Dogma.
I haven't got that Mallrats Arrow yet. I do want it. I need to get it.
That has the ABC version of Mallrats. I didn't rewatch it yet. It has like 3 or 4 different cuts.
I need to get that one. Picked Labyrinth at Best Buy today. Store only had 2 copies in stock. See, they had Labyrinth at their Best Buy. I didn't have it. I did not have that. Scott Travis says, is DownToMovie from New Jersey?
No, sir. Pennsylvania.
No, New Jersey. Let's see. Miche, Life in 4 Chapters is the most visual movie in the collection, so that deserves a 4K, even though it's a scam. Okay. Nice. Let's see. Just got done watching Unhinged for the 9th time overall. It's a Jason Carr. I liked it. Did you see that
Unhinged one? It's a fun watch. I don't know if it's fun. 9 times fun, but it's fun.
Yeah. I'll watch it again someday. It reminded me of like a Falling Down type movie, Michael Douglas. I enjoyed it. Let's see. Friday the 13th or Halloween? It's Halloween, man. Come on.
Are we just watching, like, talking about the original movie or the franchise?
Well, yeah, that's tough. That would be tough.
Halloween for me.
I have said it before. I think Friday the 13th is maybe the most consistent horror franchise. I think that they're all really fun. But Friday the 13th doesn't have that like prestige movie like Nightmare on Elm Street and Halloween does.
Yeah.
They're all just really fun slashers. There's not one of those movies I don't like. Where there's probably 2 or 3 in the Halloween franchise I don't like.
See, that's like one hole in my movie watching. Like I've seen the first Friday the 13th. I've seen the first Halloween. Then I watched, obviously being at that age, I watched like Freddy vs. Jason and Jason
Yeah.
X and like Halloween, H2O, like that kind of stuff. But I never watched like Friday the 13th, 2, 3, 4, 5 or Nightmare on Elm Street 2, 3, 4. Like I watched the original, and then like when I was that age, like 17, 18, when you went and saw horror movies with your friends, like I saw that stuff, but not the like 80s, early 90s horror stuff.
Yeah, well, you didn't grow up a huge like horror fan or
Yeah,
nothing, so that's not out of the ordinary. Those aren't like great movies or anything. Like when I was a kid, I used to go to the video store every weekend. And I would get I pretty much did the entire horror section, from like age 10 to 12 or something.
Nice.
I think. So I saw all those shitty sequels to those franchises back in the day, and I loved them all. Stranger Boy 101 says, just subscribe to Down to Movie right now. Awesome, Stranger Boy. Thank you so much. Yeah, all of his links are in the description below. So follow, subscribe, all that stuff. I got 77 people in here still watching, so I appreciate you guys being here tonight. 073 Media said, One Crazy Summer and Better Off a Dead are great 80s double features. I need to see both. I did kind of want that Steelbook, though, Better Off Dead.
I didn't realize how many like R-rated sex comedies John Cusack was in. My girlfriend and I were just talking about the other day, like One Crazy Summer, Better Off Dead, The Sure Thing. Like he seemed to be typecast as that in like the early part of his career. Like,
yeah, it's fun.
I guess pre Say Anything.
Yeah, because I've only seen Say Anything from that era of him, and then I've seen like High Fidelity when he came back, and
such a great
Gross
movie.
Point Blank. Like those are the movies I grew up with him. Those are the ones I loved watching when I was a kid.
I love High Fidelity. It's
a great movie. I haven't seen it in a very long time. I've heard like some backlash against it, like people saying it's not as good as like you remember. But I don't know. I haven't watched it in like 10, 15 years though.
Jack Black is the record store employee who
I always remember what he's about Evil Dead 2. What did he say? I haven't seen Evil Dead 2 yet, or something like that. But yeah. Tiana Blue says it was perfectly timed before this live stream. Well, awesome, man. I appreciate it. Favorite Charlie Chaplin film? I've only seen City Lights, so that's my one.
I haven't seen any. John from Plat X2 will be so disappointed in me.
Yeah.
I have, because I have access to HBO Max. He recommended I check out The Great Dictator. That's the one John suggested to me, if I remember correctly.
That's why I watched City Lights last year when I first got HBO Max. So it had all those Turner movies on there. I do want
to check out his stuff because I want to watch Chaplin with Robert Downey Jr., but I don't want to go into Chaplin not seeing any Chaplin movies. It feels like that'd be a weird choice to make, but maybe it'll inspire me to watch Chaplin movies.
Yeah, that might be good for you to go in with that one, and then maybe you could go back with the knowledge of his career. I don't know. But yeah, I need to see more Chaplin films too. Sorry, Plaid X2. 10 Talks Talkie says the Serbia is so good from Shia. Why?
That's another good one.
Better than I would have thought a Rear Window whip off would be. I haven't seen that since like 2007 when it came out. It's been a long time.
I was going to say, I probably haven't watched that since I saw it in the movie theater.
Yeah, I think I have it. I think I have it on DVD, but I did like it. Or Blu-ray, I think I have it. I think I found that at Big Lots or something. Truth or dare to both popcorn with butter or popcorn with M&Ms. I've done the candy mixtures a couple times. I'll just go plain popcorn butter though most of the time.
Yeah, I would pick popcorn, and I don't need the extra butter in a movie theater when I'm getting popcorn. I would actually rather get soft pretzels, but with my new diet, that's not really an option. But actually, popcorn with snow caps is good.
Yeah.
That used to be my snack when I worked at Blockbuster.
And you know, Rick, we're getting older, man. We got to cut back on them calories. We got to get more into. We got to be more health conscious.
I have a big health goal, and I'm already down 15 pounds, so I'm getting there.
Yeah.
I feel better already. So
that's awesome, man. I need to do something. I try to walk every now and then, but it's rough. TurnerFan77 says, where can I get one of those Blu-ray shirts?
The shirt is actually out of print.
Uh-oh.
It used to be Dave on Cinema Sickness had this shirt on his Spread Shirt store, Blu-ray Snob. There are Down to Movie t-shirts, but not a Blu-ray Snob t-shirt. So this is one of a kind as far as I know.
Damn. Matthew says Nightingale is amazing. Yeah, I really enjoyed that movie. I thought
it was a good movie. It was tough to watch though.
The beginning was really good, and I really liked the ending. It got a little sloppy in the middle. I don't know, there was something about it that felt kind of off, but I still really enjoyed it. I liked it better than Babadook, the other Jennifer Kent film.
Interesting.
I do like the Babadook. I like the movie a little better.
The little kid in that movie. Ooh.
He's such a little shit. He just pisses me off.
I just watched that for the first time. That was another horror movie I watched last year, and really good. But that little kid, I just wanted to smack him in his face.
Yeah, it's a tough watch with that kid. Dwayne Gilwell says, "What's everyone's all-time favorite movie? Mine's The Wizard of Oz, to be honest. Empire Strikes
Rounders
Back.
For me.
There you go. Rounders. You have an actual like cool pick. Mine's just basic and everybody has it. It's Empire Strikes Back, but I am who I am.
I mean, number two for me is Back to the Future, which is
that's my number 3. Number 2 is E.T. Let's see. Tim Talks Talkie says, yeah, agreed on Nightingale. Really hard to watch, but impactful. Hearing any more rumors on Roger Rabbit, Road Warrior, Escape at New York, The Fog 4Ks? Other than the fact that they're supposed to be coming this year, nothing else. Nothing else. My Killer Podcast says, hey guys, sorry I'm late. It's all right. At least you're here. Mitchell says, have you watched The Talented Mr. Ripley with Matt Damon and Jude Law?
I have not
seen it. No, I haven't seen it either. Scott Travis says, gotta love James Wan. I do love James Wan most of the time. Hey guys, streaming at work again, says Brian Goes Blue.
What's up, Brian?
Man. Awesome that you could be here. TurnerFan77 says, I picked up Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard today. Did you get that one in to review or anything?
I didn't really care for the first movie.
I didn't either.
I received a review solicit for it, and I just was like, I think I'm gonna pass. Like I have no desire to watch it. I just my buddy saw it, Jacob, and he was like, yeah, it's okay, but you didn't like the first one, so you're definitely not gonna like this. And it sucks because I like Ryan Reynolds a lot, but I wasn't
it's just
a fan,
crazy.
So
Sam Jackson and Ryan Reynolds, you think you have a freaking winning combination right there, and it was just such a boring movie. There was just nothing to it.
I mean, maybe it's one of those things. Like I have The Hitman's Bodyguard on 4K because I got it for $1.50 at Goodwill. So if I find
you found 4Ks at Goodwill,
yeah,
damn.
If I find the sequel for like $1 or $2,
go get it.
I'll try it.
It's like that Steelbook they came out with today for The Hitman's Bodyguard. The first one, that looks so nice. Like I love the artwork on it. And I'm like, I wish this movie was good because I would get this, but it wasn't. I'm not going to pick up something I know I don't like. Favorite movie snack? I don't know. Popcorn. I like to eat granola, but
soft pretzels, like I said, used to be my go-to. Like I would go to the movies and I always got soft pretzel bites. But
it's a good choice.
Yeah. I try not to snack during movies.
Yeah, especially not when you're watching Quiet Place. You definitely don't want to snack during that. Another great show, Ken. Thank you so much, 073 Media. Appreciate you being here. Brian Goes Blue says Badlands is my favorite Malik film. Sounds familiar, buddy. I don't think I've seen that one either. Let's see. Tim Talks Talkie says, okay, interesting one. Have you ever lost a movie with zero idea how? I'm positive I owned Interstellar 4K and Westworld movie Blu-ray. But they're gone. Kind of mad. Need to reorder them. I'm a mess. With your collection, Tim, I could see that happening. But no, I haven't really lost anything that I know of.
I haven't lost anything, but I've definitely been victim of buying something I already owned. Yeah. Like assuming that I'm like, I don't have this. Instead of checking my app, which is in my phone, in my pocket. Even done that yet. Like, why am I not doing that? But never have like lost track. I'm too I don't want to say I'm OCD, but like everything is alphabetically ordered. Even like the stuff that I showed you sitting next to me in this box, is in alphabetical order. It's ready to be filtered in, but that I have to do that. I have to log everything in right when I either record a video or come back from buying stuff, because if not, I'm going to double buy stuff, and I don't want to do that.
Very understandable. Let's see. Brian Goes Blue says Miles Teller was a straight up alcoholic in Spectacular Now. Let's see. Scott Travis says A24 is having a showing. Happy birthday, John. Green Knight this Friday night. I haven't seen Green Knight yet. Have you seen that one?
I did. I saw it last week.
I've been seeing your shots of you in the theater and stuff watching movies. I'm going to see Free Guy tomorrow morning with my wife.
Free Guy is it is a ton of fun.
I heard a lot of good things about it, and I did not think that movie was going to be that good, so I'm excited for it now.
I would even probably consider going back to the theater to see it because I want my son to watch it. He loves, like, my son's, like I said, 11. So he's at the age where you ask him
my son's the same age, 11, just turned 11 too.
So like, what's his go-to movie? Does he have like a go-to thing right now?
To be honest, like, it's tough for me to get him to watch movies and stuff. Like, he's so into like playing Fortnite and Roblox. Yeah. I forced him to watch T2 with me the other day. And he really liked it a lot, so I was happy about that. But yeah, it's kind of me. I have to initiate him to watch a movie. I have to start it, and he doesn't watch a ton of movies like that.
Yeah. Sadly, my son's like go-to movies are Grown Ups 1 and 2 right now.
Ugh.
But I mean, I'm glad that he's into something. Like, he started his own Letterboxd. He's Down to Movie Mini. Like, awesome. He came up with that name by himself. I was like, that's amazing. You're an amazing kid. But yeah, he loves like Jim Carrey comedies and Jack Black comedies. So I just think the mix of video games, because he's into that stuff, and Ryan Reynolds being goofy and the movie just being fun, I think he would really like it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it for sure. I got Cruella today on Vudu. Awesome. Thoughts on Scream Steelbook? I like it. I
hope the knife is embossed. That's my one. Like, if the knife is just matte, I probably wouldn't buy it. But if the knife is embossed, I'll probably buy it.
Yeah, we'll see it when I see it in stores, because I'm gonna get the slipcover no matter what. But depending on what it looks like in stores, I don't know if I'm gonna double dip or not.
But
I don't know.
Do you think they'll put out all 4? Do you think they'll put out a 5-movie set? Like, that's why I'm always so hesitant. Like, do I buy it, even though, like, are you going to put out a set? Are you going to just put out one if it doesn't sell?
I don't know. I feel like, they might want it. Who knows? I don't know. It's tough. I mean, the same thing with Saw. You could say that about Saw. They came out with the first one, but I bought the first one just because I liked the slipcover on it. It was pretty fairly priced too. Let's see. Tim Talks Hockey says, for some reason, for the longest time, I couldn't stand Miles Teller because he played characters I couldn't stand. Completely irrational. Really? You don't like Whiplash? That's one of my favorite movies of like the past decade. That is my favorite, actually.
Fantastic film.
Yeah, Jungle Cruise was the most amazing movie of the year, if not the decade. Thoughts? I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it, Bowser. Judging by that look, it's not the best.
I haven't seen Jungle Cruise, but I don't know if... I mean, are you counting the decade?
It looked like an Indiana Jones fun type movie. I don't know, like The Mummy or something.
Is he counting the decade like last year and this year?
Yeah.
Even then, like,
if you're talking like just 2020 and 2021, maybe. Maybe.
I don't know. There were a couple of good movies last year.
There were a couple, and that was it. You're right.
Last year was a year of like.
You know what my number one movie of last year was? It was Bad Boys for Life. I loved that movie, but I was a big Bad Boys fan when I was a kid, and nothing surpassed it the whole year for me. I saw it in theaters before the pandemic, and I just loved it.
I want to say mine was Trial of Chicago 7. I could be wrong.
It was good. It was good. It just didn't blow my mind. I don't know. I wanted something more from it. I don't know. It didn't hit me like everybody loved that movie. It just didn't hit me like it did everybody else. Same thing with Promising Young Woman. I wasn't a huge fan of that one either.
See, I liked it. I think I gave it like a 4 or 4.5.
The ending made me so angry. Like, what happened at the end? Like, I was literally cussing my TV. I'm like, what is this shit?
That was a little. Mad. It was a little too convenient at the very, very end. But
not even the very, very end, but like just the shit that happens in the cabin with her and the pillow. So I don't mean to spoil it, but it just made me upset. I don't know. I have Snow White Digibook from Target, and the spine is just white with no title. It drives my OCD insane. Movies that need special editions. I'm surprised the Sandlot hasn't got one. It's got It's got a retro VHS slipcover.
Oh, hold on.
All right, let's see. What streaming service do you think has the best content? My 2 cents or Criterion Channel?
I mean, how special are we talking? Because they put out like this 20th anniversary edition.
That's nice.
And the coolest part of it is I still have it had a sealed pack of Sandlot baseball cards, which I have not opened. So there's
nice.
A good amount of bonus features and whatnot on it. But I guess like a big special edition. This is one of my comfort movies. Like if I'm not feeling well or I just want something on the background, I watch Sandlot or Heavyweights.
Heavyweights is fun. That's a fun Ben Stiller performance. I haven't seen it in a while though. What streaming service do you think has the best content? My 2 cents are Criterion Channel. I don't have the Criterion Channel. I would like to own it, or have it.
This is a question that keeps coming up. Like there's different.
I'm digging Apple TV Plus right now. It's got a lot of good original TV series.
I have a list started of stuff I want to check out on Apple TV Plus, and when I have time, who knows when that'll be. I'll do like a 6-month like
Ted Lasso's good. The Servant's good. The Morning Show is really good. Defending Jacob's really good. We just started the show with Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Mr. Corman. That's a good show.
Okay. Well, they have
are good anyway. Physical was good.
A bunch of I was excited about that. That trailer looked good. There's a bunch of movies now on there I want to see.
Yeah, my wife and I was just watching Coda before we went live.
Yeah, and then that was Cherry and Palmer with Justin Timberlake. The Billie Eilish, great. The Billie Eilish documentary I want to check out because I love music documentaries, so I'm intrigued.
Yeah, Apple TV's hidden for me, and I think it's because they have the money to spend. They're just giving money to these like talents, like actors and stuff, and writers. Like Joseph Gordon-Levitt, like he wrote, created, he's directed the episodes of that show. It's like all him with that show. And Netflix just, I don't know, they don't have the star power on their shows, and they always just feel very underwhelming when I watch anything on Netflix.
For a while, Netflix was a big selling point for me personally because I'm a huge stand-up fan. Yeah. And they were getting a ton of stand-up specials. But then when Paramount came out, I'm like a big fan of MTV stuff. And like they're doing The Challenge, which I'm a teenage girl. Apparently, I like to watch The Real World or Rules Challenge. But they have all the Comedy Central stand-up specials on there. And I'm like, oh my God, like it blows Netflix out of the water and all these Comedy Central shows. Yeah. Each service is good for a different reason.
Yeah.
But it's that frustrating thing of, okay, so you need 8 different streaming services at $10 to $15 a month. So you're going to spend $130 just on streaming services.
Yeah. Well, that's another good thing about Apple TV Plus. It's only $5 a month.
$5. Yep.
$5 is, and they have a lot of good content on there. They really do. It's not as much as Netflix, but sometimes it's like, what do you want, quality or do you want the quantity? Because Netflix definitely has the quantity, but they don't always have the quality.
Well, it's like you're to the point now where you have to do a streaming service for a month and like alternate the streaming services if you're going to have one. Yeah. And then like keep a running list and watch as much of that stuff as possible. And then you do that while like I have a room with movies surrounding me, and I'm sitting here watching all this new stuff because it's coming out on streaming. Because for the longest time, nothing was coming out in theaters, so nothing was coming out to physical. So,
if we're talking about for 2021, who wins, I would probably have to give it to HBO Max because they have a lot of good original programming, new TV shows. Plus, they have all the HBO new shows. They have the Turner Classic Collection. They have the DC stuff, and they have all the new
Warner
movies.
Brothers.
Coming to the service, which has been extremely helpful for me.
I said like next year that service will drop off huge. They're going to need to come up with something because everybody has that service for day and date, and then you get to check out a lot of the other stuff on there. I love that Impractical Jokers is on there. That's one of my favorite shows. But I mean day and date HBO movies like right away. If you have a family of 4, I mean. 4 people in a movie is $50, so that pays for 3 months of HBO Max. So you can catch Space Jam and Snyder Cut and whatever else you want to watch for 3 months. The
Suicide Squad. It was so nice getting out of work because I work on Fridays. Get out of work at like 7, and I don't have to worry about like trying to go to a theater or nothing. I just come home, relax, and watch the Suicide Squad at home.
And they actually uploaded that on Thursday. They did it Thursday at like 7 o'clock. I was like, this
I
is
saw
amazing.
people on it, but I wasn't sure if it was
It's
on there. I didn't watch it
Yep.
Thursday
I
night.
watched it Thursday at 7:05. I started. It was awesome.
Yeah, that was a great movie. That might be like my favorite movie of the whole year, to be honest.
Yeah.
Dwayne says, I would love to see Clerks and Jay and Silent Bob get a 4K release. That would be nice to see
Yeah.
any Kevin Smith movie get a 4K. 073 Media says, have either of you heard of the 80s film Electric Dreams that only ever VHS release? And I'm hoping to at least get a Mill Creek Blu-ray. I haven't. I haven't heard it.
Is it with Debbie Gibson? Because she had a song, Electric Dreams.
Yeah, maybe. Blank Man needs a Blu-ray release. I agree. Did you watch Blank Man? I used to watch it all the time when I was a kid.
I have not seen. That's Damon Wayans, right?
Yeah. And
I have not seen.
David Allen Greer, I think, is in that too.
I have not seen Blank Man.
Have you watched No Strings Attached with Natalie Portman and Ashton Kutcher and Friends with Benefits of Justin Timberlake and Mila Kunis? I haven't seen. Yeah. I feel like I've seen one of them, maybe, but I feel like I haven't seen either one either.
I've seen both. I'm one of those people. You can name all these stupid, terrible comedy movies, and I'm like, yeah, I saw that. I saw that because I worked at Blockbuster, so I would rent anything comedy and watch it. But then it's like, oh, have you seen Schindler's List? Nope. Have you seen the Ten Commandments? Nope.
Dude, I'm the same way. I get so much shit about not watching these classic movies, and it's like I told you all many times, I only watched stupid, dumbass comedies and horror movies when I was growing up. I didn't get to actually watching film until probably like maybe 6 or 7 years ago. Of course, there's outliers. I've seen classic movies like when I was a kid and stuff, but
I just watched Gone with the Wind last year for the first time. I watched all the Star Wars movies for the first time last year. I had only seen A New Hope and Solo.
Yeah, I grew up with Star Wars.
I watched all the Harry Potter movies for the first time. Like that was 2 years ago, I think. But
yeah, I mean, I've seen all the big. I watched Jaws and stuff when I was a kid, and Star Wars. All the movies that are in my top 10 that I love. I watched Back to the Future. But yeah, and some of the Shawshank Redemption. I feel like I watched Shawshank Redemption when I was like 14 or 15 or something. I just watched The Green Mile this year for the first time. I don't know if you've seen that. That movie is really freaking good.
Green Mile is an excellent flick.
Couldn't believe it took me that long to watch it. But I love doing that though. It's like it's awesome that you have all these movies that came out that you still in front of you to watch and experience for the first time. Tim Toksaki says your favorite store to movie hunt at that isn't a large chain.
I mean, I love going to like pawn shops. Pawn shops, you can usually find
good stuff.
Gold, yeah, especially if it's an active pawn shop or, you know, like a flea market, video game movie dome that was Pam that was in here earlier. It's you know, she owns the store. It's in a indoor flea market, and she has showcases full of 4Ks. She has Blu-ray walls of Blu-rays. She's always getting new stuff. So I'd rather support a store like that than, you know, Walmart or Target personally.
Yeah, I love my half price books. I'll say that one.
I've never been to a half price books. We do not have that anywhere. I love Second and Charles we have here, which is like a half price books.
Yeah. Let's see. LOL, I'm in the next town over, and Dave's done some videos of me as well. Great guy. Awesome. JTWOH, welcome to the chat, man. Does DownToMovie own The Girl on the Third Floor on Blu-ray? And if not, why?
That's my buddy Jacob giving me a hard time. I do not own it, but I did watch it because it has my boy CM Punk in it.
I was gonna say, obviously you're a CM Punk fan, and I used to be a big pro wrestling fan too, and he was one of my favorites. And I actually stopped watching when he left. It was like one of the reasons why I stopped watching.
Because
he was like the last actual character, good character on that show. When he left, it was over.
The only thing on WWE since him that I've enjoyed is Kevin Owens when he first came to WWE. But
I saw a little bit of his run, but they fucked him too, and it just
just
kept pissing me off. They did this all through the 20 years I watched it. They would just take these guys, and they'd give them a little push, and then they would squash them, and they wouldn't let anybody grow.
There's a huge rumor right now that the other wrestling federation, AEW, which is awesome right now. It is so good. it's definitely for like our generation. The matches are fantastic. They do storylines over months. They only have 4 pay-per-views a year. Rumors are that CM Punk is coming to AEW this Friday,
Oh, that'd be awesome.
which is
That
driving
would
me
actually get
crazy
me to
because
watch AEW.
I'm going to be at a Green Day concert, so I have to avoid social media like the plague till I get home
Yeah,
and watch it because I'm DVRing it.
I was obsessed with all the drama that went down once he got fired and stuff. And I probably listened to that podcast with him and Colt Cabana like at least
Yep.
5 or 6 times.
Yeah, man,
I've heard tons of interviews with him. Yeah, it's fascinating, all that stuff that went down.
I hope he shows up. I said that'll be the first time I pay for a wrestling pay-per-view in over a decade if he shows up, because their next pay-per-view is in 2 weeks in Chicago, where he's from, and Wrestling Friday is at the United Center. It sold out in 4 minutes.
Yeah.
So the rumor mill is running rampant with his return.
I think I'm trying to think if I ever saw him live, because I wasn't going to pay-per-views by the time he was like getting big. But I went to WrestleMania 22 where the main event was Triple H versus John Cena, and it was in Chicago.
Okay.
And he was one of like the gangsters that came out with John Cena at the beginning. And that's the first time I didn't know who he was, but I saw him live there. I think it's the only time.
I got to see him. I went to Survivor Series in Philly one year, and he was on Team DX, but it was like when he first came to the main roster, like after he had left ECW.
Yeah.
So that I did get to see him live, but not to, his peak.
Yeah, I stopped going to wrestling shows probably around 2008, maybe.
Yeah.
2007, 2008. Let's see. American Beauty needs a 4K release as well. I absolutely agree with that.
Yes, sir.
Pauly Collection Blu-ray sets. I'd be
Yes.
down. I'd definitely be down for that.
There's so many Pauly Shore movies that need to get a Blu-ray release. Encino Man is top of that list. Son-in-Law.
Those are my
In
two
the
favorites.
Army Now.
Yeah.
I mean, how does Jury Duty get a Blu-ray and not those other movies?
I don't have an answer for you for that. I don't have an answer.
Because they're Sony, maybe?
Yeah.
Or that's Sony.
073 Media says, I feel that at some point in the future, the streaming services will begin to cannibalize themselves due to being too many in physical media. We'll see a resurgence. What do you both think? That's exactly what I think. We're on the same page, man. That's what I think.
I think we've seen a bit of a physical media resurgence to an extent.
A little bit.
I mean, it's tough when you see stores like Best Buy and Target shrinking their sections, but I definitely think there's a big cult following.
But do you think that has more to do with just more people are buying online, and the movies are one of the things that people are buying online because they're just easy to buy and get shipped to your house and stuff? Like maybe that's the reason.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I never went to those big box retailers except for like a Best Buy when a Steelbook came out that I wanted, and I needed to go the day they came out to go through the 10 Steelbooks and get the one that didn't have the spine cut or the dent on it.
Yeah.
But
that's why I do a lot of shopping in person. I don't do a ton of pre-ordering and stuff. Even though like Screen Factory and some of the boutiques, they'll do a good job when they're sending stuff to you, but Amazon will dent the shit and rip it, and they don't even care. But that's the way it is. Son-in-Law is a gem. 50-50 is a great Seth Rogen. I do agree with that. You both say Knocked Up is your favorite Seth Rogen film. What about Zack and Miri? I like that one.
Yeah, I enjoy Zack and Miri quite a bit.
Another Kevin Smith movie. Side Hustle Cinema said, what actors would get cast to play the two of you in a movie?
Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill. There's people that comment on my videos. I've had somebody say I look like the guy from Mythbusters. Somebody said I look like
Simon Pegg.
Somebody said Simon Pegg too. That's the next person.
I can see that. I can see Simon Pegg.
I don't see either one, but okay.
And I say Jonah Hill, but like back before I started losing all this beautiful hair, I had like a big curly hair. Like I looked like Jonah Hill in Superbad with the big curly hair and the cargo shorts. Like but
Jonah Hill's buff now.
Yeah,
he's got lean and mean.
He has bleached blonde hair and
I don't know what's going on with Jonah Hill. I don't know what's going on. Hey, Ken and Rick, what Mr. Rigby? What's up, Mr. Rigby? What is Rick's favorite Steelbook non-MCU?
Oh man, I mean, I love my Baby Driver Steelbook that I used in the battle last night. I have my La La Land Mantalab that has a special place in my heart.
Man, I wish I had that.
I just
I
got
never
this
got that
cool
La La Land
Spider-Man set.
Steelbook. Did you get the La La Land like white Steelbook? Yeah, I wasn't really like collecting when that came out, and
I had to buy this one secondhand. It cost me a bit. I didn't
I
like
never
paying.
pulled the trigger on
I
eBay,
actually
and I
like
wish
the
I
back.
did.
I like the back
It's a nice
artwork
Steelbook.
better. I wish that was the main artwork personally, but
Yeah. Let's see. Hi guys, Sue and I are both enjoying this chat. Well, thank you so much, Bonnie, for being here. I appreciate you and Sue being here. Matthew Oliveri says, "You guys see Palm Springs, one of the best movies from last year." I liked Palm Springs. I
Palm
liked it.
Springs was fun. It
Yeah.
has probably one of my favorite scenes in a movie from last year, where
Yeah.
he first goes to the wedding and he can predict everybody's thing. He's doing the dance and
Yeah.
trying to seduce her. I've watched that clip. It's like a minute long. I've watched that clip probably 1,000 times.
It's a good scene.
So
I liked
funny.
the movie. I liked it. I didn't think it was great, but I liked it.
I'm getting a little burnout on time jump.
It's like it's a full genre now.
Yeah.
And then they did that one movie on Amazon Prime this year. It was like Map of Tiny Little Perfect Things. It was like the same thing, same setup.
It was good, but it was the YA version of Palm Springs.
Pretty much. Let's see. Thoughts on A 40-Year-Old Virgin? Last year, I watched it for the first time. It's top 3 comedies for me. I love the movie.
40-Year-Old Virgin is classic. Jonah Hill has a great cameo in that movie.
He does.
I guess it's not a cameo. It's more of a bit part.
Yeah.
I really
want these. Say when he walks in? Yeah, I really
want these shoes. Can I just buy them? No, this is an eBay store. It's not how it works. But I really just want to buy these boots.
And Catherine Kinnear's trying to explain it to me.
Yeah.
I forget. He said something in there that's, I don't know. I can't remember. Yeah, that movie is so endlessly funny. I watched it a couple years ago and it still holds up. And yeah, Steve Carell's he's a national treasure. What is your favorite moment you have with cinema sickness? Says Mitchell.
I don't know.
Would it be the Arby's intro?
No, I mean, we've done some hunts that have been like 14 hours long. You know, like
Wow.
some of the finds we've had, conversations in the car that would never go on YouTube. Like, I mean, hanging out and just being friends, and obviously having movies as a common ground. I'll say the one thing: walking into his basement library for the first time is an overwhelming, like, this guy has a friggin' video store in his basement. Like, it is floor to ceiling, all the way around. It is DVDs, like, all the way around, and then he has rows just full of movies, and it's wild. Like, he
has an entire shelf dedicated to the Titanic VHS movie.
He also, I was going to say, he's a Spice Girls collector too, so we all can't be perfect. But
yeah,
the man has an amazing collection. And like I said, it's just, hanging out, going on all-day hunts, going to, his son and my son hang out. So it's
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. 073 Media says, I have both a John Carpenter and a Robin Williams autograph. That's two
awesome.
Great autographs to have. Did you see Motherless Brooklyn? I never saw that. Did you see it?
I did. It was good. It wasn't
directed by Edward Norton, right?
Yeah, one of 2 Edward Norton movies he directed. Do you know the other?
I don't.
Keeping the Faith.
Oh, I love that movie.
It's
I didn't know he directed that. Him and Ben Stiller and what's the
Jenna Elfman.
Jenna Elfman. Yeah, I did love that movie.
Ben Stiller's a rabbi and he's a priest.
Yeah, that's a fun movie.
I need to watch that again.
I used to watch it on TV all the time.
Once again, I think that's only on DVD. Never got a Blu-ray because it's I want to say a Miramax film or a Touchstone movie, maybe. But a good movie.
Ken, favorite video game of all time? Ocarina of Time, Zelda. It's probably my go-to. What about you, Rick?
I was never a huge gamer. I was more like a casual gamer. Like, me and my friends would have sleepovers where we'd buy a case of Mountain Dew and play GoldenEye 64 and Mario Kart 64 on an old school, like the old school big screen TVs.
Yep.
And we'd all hang out in the living room. But I guess my answer would be,
accuse each other of being screen lookers. Yeah.
Tony Hawk, because I remember being ill from school and playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 all day on PlayStation. And when they did the remaster on Xbox One, I actually went and bought a video game the week it came out, which I cannot tell you if I've ever done that before.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I used to be huge into gaming. From the Xbox 360 era was probably like my big one, at least in the modern era. And I've dropped off since my kids were born, basically. There's not a lot of time to game. Movies are much easier to watch. You watch them an hour and a half and you're done. Video games are much more of a time sink and hard to pull off. Paramount doesn't own Dogma. Harvey Weinstein himself owns it. Oh, really?
Yeah, I knew it was a Weinstein Miramax issue. There's certain things that they have locked up, but certain things they don't. Like Paramount's re-released Silent Bob or Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back and Clerks and one other title this year on Blu-ray, and they've re-released Tarantino stuff. So I don't know what necessarily they own and he owns. It's weird. It's a weird situation.
Yeah, that sounds very, very weird. Fellow PA person, I'm in Scranton area, says Tim Talks Talkies, right down the street from old
Dunder Mifflin.
Dunder Mifflin, yeah. I thought Dogma was owned by the Weinsteins, and that was why it was so hard to get. There you go. Jim Wood says, what's up, guys? Do you know of any movies that have the main protagonist shift like Psycho or No Country for Old Men? What main protagonist shift is there in No Country? Do you know what he's talking about?
No.
I can't think of one in No Country. Unless are you talking about Tommy Lee Jones, maybe? But I don't really remember any main shift. Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
That's a tough one for me. Psycho is the big one, I would say. How far on average is your filming schedule as compared to YouTube release, and how long does it take you to edit the video? This is a question for both of you, says My Cinematic Universe. Thank you for being here, My Cinematic Universe.
I mean, for me, I like to refer to what I do as like cluster filming. Yeah. So on the weekends, I don't have my son. I usually try to record videos both days if I have nothing going on. Like this past weekend, I shot 13 total videos. So my release schedule is a review video Tuesday and then a pickup video Friday. So I have content now uploaded and edited for a month and a half, like through the end of September. I have everything's done. I mean, editing, I've started doing more. It has to
feel very good.
It does. It is and I'll feel even better when I get all this stuff filtered in. It'll feel really nice because then I won't have like stacks of stuff on my shelf that I need to file in, and like I do little piles like, oh, I got this stuff on this hunt, oh, I got this stuff on, like I'll have everything filed in. It'll be a big sense of relief until I start getting packages and going out and doing more hunting, and I'll go, oh man. But you know, editing, I just started really doing a little more editing in my videos. I started adding some stuff to my review videos specifically. Before I would just cut the beginning and end of my video and just drop it, flubs, everything, like I just dropped it. But I just put like music on and I'll sit there and edit while I'm laying in bed because I do everything on my phone. I use InShot, so.
Same here. And it's so much easier, especially when you're on the go and you're working and you got kids. I shoot everything on my phone whenever I can, whenever I have the opportunity to do it. And I edit whenever I can. Whenever I have a chance to edit and I got a free 5 minutes, I'm editing or doing something with my videos on my phone. So it varies for week to week for me. It's I only know like on Mondays I got to do my physical media report. So that's the one I have that's like really scheduled and I have to get it out. Other than that, and then Tuesday I go do my vlog hunting videos. So I can usually get a couple videos filmed in those, one for the weekend, and then I'll do my reviews and stuff before I go back to work. Cause I have a weird work schedule. I work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 days. They're long days. They're like 14, 15-hour days. But just having those 3 days of work and then I get 4 days off, I can get some stuff done in those 4 days. So
yeah, I'm a Monday to Friday 9 to 5 guy. So it's tough to do videos during the week. And like I'm able to do live streams like this and, you know, because it works out schedule wise. But I mean,
Yeah.
during the pandemic, it was great because I was like, well, I'm not doing anything. Like, I'll just record a video or I'll go live today for an hour and a half. But
Yeah.
now working Monday to Friday, it's like you have to kind of map out time, because I hated the fact that I was 13 videos behind. Like, I didn't like that. It's too
Yeah.
much. Like, it's nice that I have content done through the end of September. Like, that's
Yeah.
great. But, you know, it's 13 videos is a lot of talking, you know, because usually my videos are like, they could be anywhere from 10 to 25 minutes. So 13 videos, you're talking for like 5 hours. I'm like,
Yeah, that's rough.
I'm done.
That's rough. I'm done if I shoot 2. It's hard for me to shoot more than 2 back to back. And I'm just wasted. And I've tried recently to not. I do editing in my videos, but I've really tried to not be so hard on myself with the editing and really just let myself go and not edit so much. Because it was really stressing me out having to edit out all the flubs and stuff. Because I flub a lot when I'm making a video, and it's too stressful. And that's not why I do this. I'm not trying to be stressed out all the time.
It's a hobby for me, so like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to try to beat myself up over.
Yeah.
And I started doing things where I'll like make fun of myself. If I screw up in a video, I'll add something that's making fun of me. Like,
yeah, you got to do that. You gotta make fun of yourself. Mr. Nichols says, "What's crack-a-lack?" And what's up, Mr. Nichols?
Mr. Nichols.
Mr. Nichols. 073 Media says, "Check out Hot Pursuit starring Cusack. It's also from that One Crazy Summer Sure Thing era."
Another R-rated comedy.
Let's say Punk Nerd says, "Hi, Rick and Mid-Level Media. Just finished Megapodtastics Live and the Cinemassacre podcast. Well, awesome that you could join us, man. Saw Chaplin and Johnny Jr. and Maura Kelly, and it's a very enjoyable film." TurnerFan77 says, "I need a DownToMovie shirt. Where can they purchase that shirt? You got a link on your channel, right?"
Yeah, on all my videos, there should be a link to, it's on Cinema Sickness's Spreadshirt. I'll have to make sure the link is up to date, but yeah, you should be able to go right on there and order it.
Bam. Punk Nerd says, I already read that one. I don't know why chat show up twice for some reason. Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard was a hot mess. It had no direction, no real plot to speak of. Sounds like the first one. I honestly like Hitman's Bodyguard. It needs to get a new one. I only go out to pick movies. I don't know what that word is. I'm sorry. How do you cook your hot dogs? I don't eat a ton of hot dogs, to be honest.
That's an interesting question. I was just say, usually when I have a hot dog, it's like on the grill. So
yeah, grill them. That's the best way to eat a hot dog. But I remember when I was a kid, my mom made hot dogs.
Microwave
she would boil them. No, she would like put them in water or something.
Yeah, then you get the hot dog flavored water.
That's how you do it. That's where that comes from.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for bringing that up. Limp Bizkit, rocking the set. Stranger Boy 101 says, "Thoughts on Bad News Bears recently? I rewatched it and it wouldn't fly today."
Yeah, it's one of those movies where it's fun for the time it was in, but because of the PC culture, it would never get made today.
Yep. About Chaplin, I recommend DownToMovie to watch City Lights. That was my favorite Chaplin movie because it's the only one I watched. It's a damn good movie, though. It's a damn good movie. Free Guy's great. Going to rewatch it in 3D. Awesome. My number one on last year was Freaky.
Freaky was a fun movie.
Yeah, it was a fun movie. I did enjoy it. Saul's Jungle Cruise 2. Great to hear. Nothing Else Matters. Rendition. Good movie. But Mitchell's versus the Machines will still be the best of the year.
Mitchell's versus the Machines was a surprisingly good animated film.
It was. I'd say best animated of the year. I don't know. I liked Raya too. I liked Raya a whole lot.
How do you feel about Luca?
It's okay. It felt like it should have been on Disney Plus streaming service.
Yeah,
and not in the theaters.
I got a lot of pushback because I said Luca was in my bottom 5 Pixar movies. And
I can see that. I can see that though.
It's Pixar's like I said, great. Though. Exactly. It's like MCU movies. Like, yeah, it's in the bottom of my MCU list, but that's better than 90% of the other superhero movies. I'm saying the same thing about Luca. Like, it's bottom 5 Pixar, but it's still better than most of the animated movies that come out. But Mitchell's versus Machines it had a lot of heart and was hilarious. I was dying laughing in that movie.
It was a lot of fun. But yeah, I like The Good Dinosaur too, and that's probably in my bottom 5. That's the one everybody
Yeah.
brings up as like one of the Pixar's worths.
Yep.
Ken, Bad Boys was your favorite movie last year. I might have to rethink about watching your videos.
Bad
Yeah,
Boys,
sorry, man.
Bad Boys for Life was a fun watch. I
Yeah,
still love the second one the most, but
that just goes to
it
show
was a
you
fun
like
one.
how shitty last year was, to be honest. And that was just the one. I don't know. It hit me in all the nostalgic feels because I love the first one so much. Love the Whiplash, 21 and over, awkward moment, Divergent, and several other movies. I hated his character. Okay.
Talking about Miles Teller.
Okay.
He's
Yeah, I mean, I can
actually
get that.
he was born fairly local to the area I live in. I think he's from Downingtown, Pennsylvania. I
Yeah.
didn't realize. Did you know like he has a really bad scar on his face, and it was from
No,
a horrific auto accident he was in as a kid.
no, I had no idea. They
Yeah,
must cover that up.
it's a
I haven't
fun
noticed it.
fact. You can tell like if you watch the trailer for Top Gun, there's a zoom in on his face where I maybe they'll add that to his character.
Yeah.
But yeah, I it's a fun fact for Miles Teller.
Bam.
I don't know if it's fun, but it's a fact.
It sounds pretty fun. It sounds pretty fun. No, I'm just Stranger World 101 says, whenever people get mad when streaming services take off their favorite movies, I just say that's why you buy it physically. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the thing. I think more and more
I
people will start to realize that too.
I just wish more streaming stuff was coming to physical because I personally don't like. I won't name company names, but I don't like the companies that are putting out like bootleg stuff. And I
Yeah.
get people are like, "Well, it's the way to get it physically." I'm like, "But you're basically funding a company that's acquiring it illegally." So I
Yeah.
can't get behind that. I'd
Like that
rather just
tuna company. Tuna company. The
what's
smelly
that
tuna. Is that
smell?
what they
Yeah,
call it? uh
but yeah,
yeah, I've never purchased anything from them because it just looks shady. I don't know.
yeah,
Just something about it. I don't know. I saw Jungle Cruise 2. Great to hear. Nothing Else Matters rendition. Good movie. Did I already read this? I already read that.
yeah.
Mr. Rigby says, I will always support watching movies in theaters until I get a movie room. LOL. There you go. Shout out to Hillbilly Hunter. He needs to go with you to Best Buy. Maybe. Maybe soon. I'll let him take over. Hi, Ken, says Adam Wilson, media movie guy. Hey, man, what's up? Just watched Good Morning Vietnam and Cool Hand Luke for the first time this weekend. Awesome.
Cool Hand Luke is on my to watch list. I've never seen that.
I haven't seen either. I have Good Morning Vietnam in my collection. Half Price Books is fire, says Mr. Rigby. What's your reason for collecting physical media, says Dominican Scott?
I love movies. That's the first and like that is the main reason why I collect. But like
Yeah.
just that whole conversation of if I want to watch whatever, if I want to watch La La Land because it's right here, I don't have to worry about subscribing to 12 different streaming services. And if it's on that streaming service, like I have it, like I can watch it, I can grab it off my shelf. I love the artwork. I love having that tangible item. Like I love being a collector of something. Like it's not like I collect 100 different things. Like I primarily movies are what I collect.
Yep.
Pops too, but that's very minor. I'm not going down like that crazy rabbit hole. All the pops I have are of characters I absolutely love. So, but yeah, I love having that movie that if I want to watch it, I don't have to worry about it being edited or changed in, a streaming service, like them removing a scene from Toy Story 2's post credits. It's so ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's my reason. Like I love having the tangible item and being able to just walk to my shelf or being like, what's a movie I haven't seen and looking and just grabbing something off the shelf and popping it in.
Yep. You summed it up perfectly, man. I mean, everybody has their vices, Some people smoke and drink and gamble and
Yeah,
just
like I
collect
said, I
movies.
stopped playing poker 10 years ago, so I had
There
to
you
do
go.
something.
As soon as he stopped gambling, he started buying movies. It's got to be something always, though. Griff Reduct says CM Punk coming to AEW this Friday night. Give it a watch, hopefully. 073 Media Electric Dreams has a UK Blu-ray. My half price books used is more than new Amazon. Only go for rare find of out of print title at a reasonable price. All right. Down to movie. You're going to Hella Mega Tour. Jealous they don't come to Hawaii where I live.
Yeah, I am.
Sorry.
It's the first concert I've been to in quite a long time. It was supposed to be last year, but
It's been a long time since
last
I've been to a concert.
last year happened, so that changed things.
Yeah. Yeah. 3/4 of my packages have tracking. For some of my Marvel DMI2 Blu-ray pack doesn't say it moved. Metallica box set doesn't ship till September 10th when it comes out. What was the first movie you saw in a theater?
The first movie I remember seeing in a theater was Oliver and Company.
Yeah, mine was a Disney movie too. A Little Mermaid. What I remember seeing. When celebs get in shape, I always assume it's easier for them with millions in the bank and having personal chef, etc. LOL. Yes, absolutely does make it easier. That's the perk of being rich, though. I got 1 package of gifts, 3 of orders, 3/4 my package of tricking. I already read that one too. Why is this stuff showing up twice?
He said later in the chat he didn't realize how much of a delay there was, so he was sending messages twice.
Okay.
He apologizes in the future.
Okay. Yeah, we were behind there for a little bit. Let's see. Eternal Melancholy says, do you think there'll be an Abbott and Costello Blu-ray box set?
I would assume some point somebody would put one out, like a Kino.
He says Shout Factory has a release of that. I think you're right. I think I remember seeing that. Mitchell says, have you guys watched Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist with Michael, Sarah, and Kat Dennings? I've seen it once.
It's a fun watch.
I remember liking it. I don't know what happened to Michael Cera, though. He just fell off the face of the earth. He showed up in Molly's game for like a scene. Or no, was it more than a scene? Was he in there for more?
He was in a few scenes, but he played a jerk in that pretty well.
He was supposed to be like Tobey Maguire or something in that movie. Yeah, that was a good movie. I like that movie. Have you guys watched, already did that? One movie you dislike that everybody else loves?
I have 2 that come to mind. Citizen Kane, I think, is incredibly overrated personally, and Hereditary.
So you're saying that you're not getting Citizen Kane on 4K?
No, I actually just got rid of my digibook of Citizen Kane because I will never watch it again.
There you go. I love both movies, so there you go.
Yeah,
I can't think of one, to be honest. Citizen Kane's like just a technical masterpiece. I can get not liking it.
I appreciate what it was at the time it was made, but I just think the whole greatest movie ever thing, I can't get behind that personally. If I'm thinking of greatest movie ever, I'm thinking something like The Godfather, Gone with the Wind. I mean, watching that for the first time last year, I was dreading it to an extent. Like, I'm like, a 4-hour movie about like the 1920s slavery. I was like, I don't know about this. And
I still haven't seen that one either.
The movie's fantastic. Like I said, I was not expecting it to be as good as it was, but I just think Citizen Kane's too overhyped. Another one's Eternal Sunshine. I think that's an overrated movie too.
I'm going to watch that again with the 4K, but I remember watching that as a teenager and turning it off. I think me and my wife were watching it when we were dating in high school, and we turned it off. We just weren't into it.
Yeah.
And yeah. So I Hereditary, I can see not liking Hereditary. It's a rough watch. Is that why you didn't like it? Just the themes and stuff in it?
I enjoyed the first 45 minutes of it. I think the movie looks beautiful. I'm not going to discredit that. It definitely had creepy scenes. I personally like Midsommar more. That's me personally.
I don't like Midsommar at all. I was reversed on that one.
It just got so weird in the last half an hour that I was like, am I really? I went and saw it in theaters. I was excited about seeing it. And I'm like, man, I don't think this is for me.
It's like that one and Conjuring, Paranormal Activity, like The Exorcist. Those are movies that I can still watch and they still like really creep me out. And not a lot of movies still do that. So that's why I usually point to all those.
I just think A24 is such a divisive film company. Like, I love the idea that they offer all these wild movies that probably wouldn't have gotten made by a mainstream studio and a lot of independent studios, almost like Miramax was in the 90s for Tarantino and Kevin Smith. They're putting out stuff, and some of it's just like, I feel like it's weird for the sake of being weird, or it's geared towards a certain demographic or kind of film lover. But then there's other A24 movies I absolutely love, like Killing of a Sacred Deer. And I mean, Uncut Gems is probably my favorite A24 movie.
Yeah, I love that one
But
too.
then there's just stuff that I haven't been like a big fan of that people
Did
love.
you
Like,
ever see Under the Skin?
I was just about to say, Under the Skin's another
I
one where
hate
like
that movie. Oh,
it's probably in my bottom. I have an A24 ranking on Letterboxd. I would guess that's probably in my bottom 10, and people would seriously fight me if I said that because they're
it's
like,
so
"Oh, it's a
bad.
fantastic." I was like, "No, it's freaking weird. That's what it is. It's just
That scene with
weird."
the baby on the beach, like it just made me want to take my disc out and break it. I'm like, what are y'all
Yeah,
doing? Like this is just unnecessary. Like to
I
do something
mean,
like this in a movie. I don't want to watch
don't
this.
don't get me wrong. Male Rick loves that Scarlett Johansson's naked in the movie, but
Yeah,
other than
that's
that, it
yeah.
has no redeeming things for me as a person. But
And I
it's
feel
like,
like that's the only reason people say they like it. I feel like that's the only reason. I don't
yeah,
know.
it's like seeing The Green Knight last week. It was beautiful. The movie looked fantastic, but it was such a slow burn film.
Yeah.
It just didn't. I don't know.
Well, that's the same thing with David Lowery's other movie, the Ghost Story. Did you ever see that one?
It's on my
Ghost
list, but
Story.
I'm worried to watch it
That's a
because I heard that.
super slow burn, but the payoff is incredible in that movie. I
See,
love the payoff.
I wasn't a huge fan of the payoff in Green Knight, and I'll just leave it at that. But
Yeah.
the only thing I hear about A Ghost Story is there a scene where somebody eats like a piece of pie for like 8 minutes.
Yeah, she eats a pie for like 8 minutes. I honestly
Yeah,
wanted to turn the movie off during that
that's
scene, but
that's
I
the
stuck with
only
it.
thing I know about that movie.
It
Is
rewards you. The last 15 minutes rewards you, and it recontextualizes the entire like experience, and it's a really great movie.
it's Casey Affleck and Rooney Mara?
Yeah, don't expect like a performance out of Casey Affleck though. He's under a sheet the whole movie. It's mostly Rooney Mara, but yeah, she's really great in it. Ken, we have the same work schedule. I love 4 days off. That's how I get on my movie watching it. Same here, man. Same here. But we're gonna be ending the stream here shortly, guys. So if you got any last minute questions, get them in the chat. And we'll try to race through these last few questions as quick as we can. I don't want to keep Rick here all night. He's been very generous with his time thus far. My cinematic universe says, what of the recent Pixar movie would you like to see as a live action in, say, 20 years?
Do you
I
think
guess
they
he's
meant
talking about Pixar.
Pixar?
Yeah. Toy Story would be too weird. I don't know about that one. It'd be like Child's Play or
A
something.
lot of them would be weird. Like Monsters Inc. would be weird as a live action.
I think you maybe could do Up.
Inside
maybe.
Out.
Inside Out, maybe.
Inside Out would be interesting if you had like just think of the people who did the voice actors as people in their head. I could see that.
I want them to cast the same people. I don't care
Yeah.
how old they are. Yeah, I could see Bugs
A
Life.
lot of
just
Pixar
shoot
movies.
like bugs.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And are we talking live action or Disney's live action, like The Lion King, where it
Wall-E?
was?
I could see Wall-E going
Yeah.
live action.
Yeah.
I could see that going live action with the fat humans in space. I'm not a huge Wall-E fan. I don't know if you are.
It's probably in my bottom. It's probably in my bottom half.
Yeah, there you go.
I love Toy Story 1 and 2. I love Monsters Inc. I love Monsters University. I am a huge fan of Up.
Yeah.
A lot of people hate Up for some reason now. And
Up's a great movie. I think that the beginning 5-10 minutes is like a masterpiece of like cinematic storytelling. The rest of the film never reaches that high again for me. But it's still a fun movie. I like the movie.
It's a way of they don't speak in the first 10 minutes, right? It's just the score, right?
That score is like one of the best too.
And what they convey in that scene without saying any words in a kid's film, like wow, like it's
mind blowing.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm sorry, some repeats. Well, that's okay, Punk Nerd. It's okay. Do you guys see a big difference between 4K and Blu-ray animation movies? I don't buy a lot of 4K animated, so I saw Coco in 4K. That looked really good, but I didn't watch it in Blu-ray, so I couldn't tell you the difference.
They all look good in Blu-ray, so I don't notice much improvement. And the only reason I have as many as I do is that big Best Buy sale where they had the Pixar Steelbooks for $10, and they were buy two get one free or buy three get two free, whatever it was.
I don't think I have one Pixar movie other than Coco on 4K.
Yeah,
that's the only one I got. Or no, Incredibles I have too. Incredibles in 4K.
The 4 Toy Stories. I have both Monsters Inc., both Finding Nemo. both Incredibles, like all the Pixar movies because of that sale. They're all Steelbooks too because they were so. At the time, it was before Disney Plus really blew up too, so I was able to sell my Blu-rays and pretty much cover the cost of my 4Ks. So I was upgrading them to a Steelbook plus a better format, even though there's not much of a difference.
Yeah. I think most people that have bootleg would gladly buy the official release if it ever happens.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, man. But you guys got to wait. You got to wait. Just watch it on Netflix till it comes out. I don't know. Netflix should release more movies physically. I think Fear Street Trilogy would make a cool box set. Yeah, the only ones I can think of
awesome.
Off the top of my head is The Haunting of Hill House has a physical media release, and Daredevil had physical media release. House of Cards as well.
Well, and then there's been like The Irishman and Marriage Story got Criterion.
Yeah, Criterion gets all the Netflix movies on there.
There's rumors. I hope it's true. The Sound of Metal is supposed to get a Criterion release next year. Is a rumor that was being tossed around, and some Amazon stuff.
It should because it was nominated for Best Picture, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they take all those ones that were nominated. That's why I thought that they would have announced Mank by now, maybe. Patrick Coran says, "Hello, how's it going tonight?" What's up, Patrick? Man, how you doing? Culture Trini said the Tuna put out good stuff, good transfers on movies, not on Blu-ray. The Tuna. Geriatric Geek says, "Hello, guys. I think it is funny, interesting that Movie Hoarders is now on Vudu. That is interesting, but that's probably the only way I can watch it if I want to watch the movie. You were in that, right? You were in that too?
I was
right.
in.
I need to watch that. I've now live streamed with I think 4 people that was in that movie, and I still haven't watched it yet.
I think that it finally became available again on Amazon. My understanding is they had to do a second pressing because the first one sold out like pretty much instantaneously, which is awesome.
That is awesome.
But yeah, a movie about physical media being on a streaming rental service just seems.
Well, it was the same thing with that documentary, The Last Blockbuster. I watched it on Netflix, and I was like, this just feels wrong.
I hated watching it on Netflix, but I was like, I didn't want to blind buy the Blu-ray for $25.
That was so good, and honestly, I got teary-eyed in some parts because it really just reminded me of, I don't know, I just love going to video stores and renting movies.
My favorite job I've ever had, working at a Blockbuster for 1.5 years.
Yeah, it was
a part-time job. It was so much fun.
Awesome, you got to work there, though.
Yeah,
they've been like, see, in my hometown, we had like a video store. It's like a local video store,
like and there
was kids that worked in there. I wanted to work there. I could never get a job there because it was like family owned, and they would only let like their friends and stuff work there, like their friends as kids and stuff work.
Yeah,
and I could never get a job there. It's been a sore spot my entire life. Do you think a Nightmare on Elm Street will get a great box set release? It has to eventually.
Yeah.
Hopefully from Scream Factory.
I was going to say it'll be a Scream Factory box set next year would be my guess.
Yeah. Let's see. I collect movies because I don't have a cocaine habit and I got to spend the money somewhere. Exactly.
There you go.
There's worse habits to have, and cocaine is definitely one of them. My Cinematic Universe said, can you recommend great sites online to buy Blu-rays besides larger retails and Amazon? I know a lot of people hit up that Hamilton book a lot, and I haven't done it yet. But
yeah, Hamilton book. They're chipping. Yeah, they're chipping. Their shipping is super cheap. They charge like a $5 or $6 flat rate for shipping. Deep discount is good if you get discount codes. And recently, probably in the last 1.5 years, Groove. I don't know if you've used GRUV. It's Universal's online retailer, basically. They have crazy sales. I bought the Fast and Furious 4K set last year for $10.
Holy shit.
The Chucky Blu-ray set for $10. They had a big like price glitch thing. People are getting Back to the Future 4K sets for like $15. But they have sales all the time. They've been offering free shipping. They have an eBay store which has the same prices on their website. And you get free shipping on eBay all the time, so you don't have to pay for postage ever. And they ship really fast. I just got something. The case was busted. I was going to return it, and they just sent me my money back and told me to keep it.
That's awesome. I got to check out Groove, then.
Yeah.
I got to check that out. Brent Madsen says, have you ever seen Grandview USA with Jamie Lee Curtis? Fun 80s movie, a Kino release too. I have not.
I have not.
A24 equals pretentious. It can be, but they produced a lot of great movies.
Yeah,
I love a lot of them.
Like I said, it's very divisive. I feel like you either love it, hate it or in the middle. There's no like, well, that was good but not great. It's like,
where are you at on Ex Machina?
I
That's
love
my
it.
favorite.
I
That's my
love it.
favorite of all of them. Yeah.
I want
What
to say it's
about
probably 2 or 3 behind Uncut Gems.
yeah, Ex Machina and The Witch is my favorite horror movie of the entire 21st century. It's another movie that creeps me the F out.
Ooh, look
Love
at the
it.
time, Ken.
I love The Witch and Hereditary. How
I
about
like
that?
how's this? I like The Witch even less than I liked Hereditary.
Oh, there you
Personally,
go.
I
That's
love
okay,
Anya
man.
Taylor-Joy.
It's okay.
Was not a fan of The Witch.
It's okay, Rick. You're welcome back anytime, man. It's fine. You can just like
It's
The
one
Witch.
of those things.
You know what? We still like La La Land, though, right?
There you go.
Right? We
There
both
you
still like
go.
La La Land. It's
We
cool.
both like Sing Street. We both
Both
like
like
around.
Sing
We're
Street.
good.
Yeah, we can meet in the middle on all the
Yeah.
other stuff. It's just the
Plus,
horror
if
we're a
we
little
all like
divided
the
on.
same, if we all like the same stuff and hated the same stuff, it would suck.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody's allowed to have different opinions on things. Like Blu-ray King loves the Emoji Movie.
And that's, you know what? That's not okay. But,
Yeah.
we still like the Blu-ray King.
Yeah.
We still like the Blu-ray King. It's okay, man. It's okay. Mid-90s, that's a good one. Directed by
Yeah.
Jonah
The
Hill. I
90s is
liked
good.
it. Heat is not coming out. Disney is pushing it back to 2022. Well, that's
Yep.
disappointing to hear. One movie you disliked seeing for the first time that you liked the second time.
Bridesmaids. I hated Bridesmaids the first time I watched
really?
it. Yep.
I'm trying to think. There's tons of them. I just can't think of one off the top of my head. I kind of liked Midsummer the first time I watched it, and I hated it the second time. That was the reverse on that one. I feel like this would an A24 movie would probably be a good answer. I don't know. That's a tough one. I can't think of one off the top of my head. The only A24 film I've seen was The Lighthouse. Really strange, but I love the acting. That's one I wasn't a huge fan of that one either. I was disappointed. It's good. It's a beautiful movie. Its sound design is incredible too, with the freaking lighthouse horn that goes off.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Best rock movie soundtrack. Bohemian Rhapsody.
That's a good one. Almost Famous is really good, especially rewatching it. Forrest Gump has a great classic rock soundtrack.
I used to listen to that CD all the time when I was a kid. I loved it. Let's see. Fear Street was great. So was the soundtrack, which unfortunately there's no soundtrack. There's I think vinyl's coming to that. Most I agree with, but the Clown House is probably never coming out. Song of the South and a few others. Stranger Things had a good physical release. Yeah, that Target VHS was cool. Stick it to the big corporations. Buy nothing but bootlegs.
Buy it secondhand if you're gonna do that.
Let's see. Awesome stream tonight, guys. Movie Hunter 2020. Movies with Ryan says Sound of Metal was slated for January Criterion release, I believe. Cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do you think Best Buy will ever go back to its old movie section where it's multiple shelves?
Nope.
No. Sing Street is an awesome movie. I agree. And that needs a Criterion. It feels like it'd be a good Criterion release.
Yeah.
A movie that needs some spotlight on it. Hated Hudson Hawk for the first time. Saw it. Now it's a guilty pleasure. Does that mean it's that you like it better though, or does it mean your perception on just how you enjoy it is different? Hudson Hawk is crazy. Have you seen that one?
I've never seen it. I haven't watched it.
It was written by Bruce Willis. It's like a music action film adventure. It's like a bunch of different things in one. It's crazy. But we've come to the end, Rick. We're at the end of the stream. I appreciate you being here tonight, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me. It was fun.
Had a great time talking movies, physical media, all that stuff. I'm going to give you the chance again to kind of promote yourself and your channel, and let everybody know where they can find that awesome Down to Movie content. The floor is yours.
Yeah, guys, check out my YouTube channel, Down to Movie, DOWN space TO space MOVIE. It's youtube.com/ Down to Movie. New videos drop every Tuesday and Friday. I just released a review video today. Friday is a pickup video. So plenty of content. I'm on Letterboxd. Follow me, Down to Movie, on there. Instagram, I always post what I'm watching, and sometimes I post pickups. So yeah, give me a follow, give me a sub, say you found me from the live stream.
And I removed you by accident. Sorry about that. Yeah, guys, all of his links are down below in the description. Please sub up to Down to Movie and follow him on Instagram and Facebook and Letterboxd and all that good stuff. It was awesome having you here tonight, man. Like I said, I've been watching your content for probably 2 years now, so it's cool that you came on the live stream tonight to talk movies and physical media. Awesome time for sure, and I appreciate you being here.
No, I appreciate you having me, Ken. It was a lot of fun. What happened?
And I'm back again.
That was weird. I was like, why am I still on the screen? This feels awkward.
Yeah, I bet everybody thought we ended and it was just you by yourself. Like Garth in Wayne's World, you were having a good time. And yeah, I don't know what happened. I hit my mouse like the side of it and it just took me straight out of the stream. But yeah, man, I appreciate you being here, and thank you to everybody in the chat that came out tonight. We had like 85 people in here at one point.
Awesome.
Punk Nerd, Culture Trini, Andrew Feel, Hux Pulp Culture, Cafe, Geriatric Geek. So awesome having everybody here tonight. Griff Redux, Pops Movie Dungeon. Hopefully he gets that rematch soon, maybe. But yeah, appreciate everybody being here. Please like, comment, subscribe, like the video, guys. Also comment when we end the stream. It helps out the video and the dreaded YouTube algorithms and all that great stuff. So but yeah, great having you here, man, and we'll see all of you all later.